Hello. There was a brief pause there because I remembered I had to hit record. I almost missed the record button. I almost forgot to start recording. Hello everybody. How you all doing? How are you feeling today on this the 18th of December 2025 at 11 a.m. GMT UTC UK time, whatever. Today, and I'll say this a few times, today is going to be a really relaxed stream. I mean, you know me. I'm very relaxed as is in general. I like to be chill. I like to be relaxed. I like to try and bring an air of relaxation to you, the viewer. But today, more than usual, because I'm a little under the weather. Not quite unwell enough to not do the stream, but kind of like I'm kind of tired, kind of lethargic, kind of just want to keep the low energy kind of vibes. So here we are, World of Warships Legends. I've not pulled this game up since last week. I really don't think I'm going to be getting all the fancy stuff from this Christmas season because I mean, look, I've managed to do one day. What day was that even? Hang on, if today is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, so it was. Oh, yeah, right. It was last week Monday, wasn't it? Right. Yes. Okay. I did a stream on Monday. Yeah. So you can tell when I've been streaming this game because that's the only time I've been getting these things. So I'm not going to get these elves. Obviously, that's not going to happen. I'd have to pay a bunch of money to unlock, all the extra days to catch up and blah blah blah. And also, whatever the Christmas stuff is, probably not going to end up getting that because again, you have to be playing the game a lot. Oh, premium. Let's grab my premium here. I always just like to grab one day's worth. One thing I did want to look at though, I've got a common crate thing here, but we're not going to see this cool merry-go-round for much longer. So even though it's only a common crate, I wanted to have it up on the stream so we can kind of have a look at the thing and see the little box open. It's kind of cool. Anyway, let's have a look at this Santa City thing just to remind myself. I guess you unlock tokens and then it changes how the little dock area looks, and it does look nice. It looks very festive and chill. I like it. Apparently I'm at stage 6 of 12. I don't know. It's a shame I don't have someone like Sammy here to tell me what the hell's going on with the Christmas stuff. There doesn't appear to be a Christmas mode or anything. Unless it's hiding at the end. Nope. There doesn't appear to be any Christmas mode. It's just... Where do you find the... Not campaign, but maybe in missions? Is there like a Christmas thing in here? Glowing lights, maybe? Nah, that doesn't get you anything all that special. Okay. So nothing particularly Christmassy themed in the things to do. Just your regular stuff. Player 3 and up, earn credits or whatever. Okay. All right. Well, we will just kind of hop in and play the game then. Do what we always do. Have a good time. We'll start with our dailies here, where we have to get a win in the Fiji specifically, but then also a win in a 7, which can be any 7, and it's mostly like the Cherbourg or the Iowa and stuff. I probably will be pulling out the Iowa. But let's just start with the Fiji. It's been a week since I played the game. I've got to remind myself the controls. I played Helldivers and World of Tanks since then. So that's enough to make me kind of forget. No, it comes back to you automatically, doesn't it? You get like a muscle memory. Your body does... Your hands press the buttons before you even realize what you're doing, which is great. I got this room nice and warm. It's not a warm day. I came in here. It wasn't too bad. It was like 10 degrees Celsius. It wasn't terrible. Yesterday when I came in here, it was like 5 degrees before I got a fire going, but it's now a nice 17 degrees in here. You want to take care of yourself. Here's a tip. If you have elderly family members who live with you, or if someone is sick, 18 degrees Celsius is the recommended minimum temperature for for healthy living, as it were. So if you've got elderly people to take care of over the winter, make sure it's 18 degrees Celsius in their living room. If nowhere else in the house, you want it a little bit cooler in the bedroom when they're sleeping, but in the living room it should be 18. Then it is an interesting map. I think I'll go towards C.
Let's give them a hard time.
Let me just wish everyone luck. See, it's all coming back to me. I wished people luck without even really thinking about it there. That was good. Let's see if I can get past... Well, if this destroyer doesn't start moving, he's going to drive into me. I'm trying to make sure I cut in front of this battleship. I don't want to get in his way. Well, who is he anyway? Oh, he's in Iowa. Okay. We got this Friesland who just hasn't woken up yet, but that's fine. Hopefully he'll wake up in a minute. The Iowa's coming with us. You can see my nice zoomed in mini-map there to help you out so that you can see more clearly what's going on. If I can turn the zoomed in mini-map off for a moment so you can see it's a subtle change, but it's enough that if you're maybe looking on a phone or in a smaller browser screen, it can just help it pop a little bit, because you really have to be able to see what's happening on the mini-map. That destroyer has woken up now, by the way. I'm looking at the map, and there he is. He's gotten going. No problemo. Okay, so I've been located, so I am presumably the closest enemy to someone. Who... There must be a destroyer up here somewhere, because he can see me. Alright, someone's targeting me. No one that I can hit is in range of my guns yet. I don't want the Amagi to hit me or any of those guys, but he might choose to. Someone's targeting me. God knows who. Let me have a look at the range of my torpedoes. 8. Okay, and I can single fire them as well, which is quite cool. So the Fiji is a very cool, nimble ship that's quite good at... There's that destroyer, by the way. Quite good at fighting while maneuvering. For example, I'm turning hard right now, and my guns are still able to keep up. They're still able to maintain... to stay on target even while I'm changing course. Some ships can turn much faster than the guns can actually bring them around. Let me turn on my sonar here, because I'm concerned about the possibility of torpedoes coming this way from that destroyer. I also would love to send a couple of torpedoes his way, but he is accelerating. I might just assume that he's going to stop accelerating. Alright, I sent a couple of torpedoes out. Let me try and slow down for a moment here. Actually, no. Let me swing around. I'm going to do a full swing around. I was talking about shooting while I'm moving kind of thing. Let's swing around. I wonder if any of my 3 torpedoes are going to hit him. I wasn't exactly aiming at him. Oh, there we go. One of them got him. Nice. And there's those torpedoes I was worried about. There's just one torpedo coming in. Still got to turn hard to starboard and make sure I avoid it. Okay, that went really well. I mean, that enemy destroyer is in there capturing C, and we're kind of being kept outside. Come on, let's bring some of my guns around here. We have a lot of my team hanging out over here. Come on, what is the Nelson doing just kind of parked there? He's getting torpedoed from the looks of it. Wait, is that our... No, that's our torpedoes. Yeah, that's what you get for sitting still, dude. Not entirely sure why you were doing that, but I'm being targeted by 4 enemy ships right now. Not ideal. There's a lot of fellas over there that don't like me. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot in the way of range here to do much of anything. They can't see me now anyway, which is always a bonus. What do we do here? Do we try and drive into sea and be extraordinarily aggressive against all of those ships? I don't know. By the way, welcome in, folks. Welcome in. As I said at the start, I am a touch under the weather today, so if you like a stream with a kind of a chill energy and not like a super high octane personality, that's definitely what you're going to get today. Because Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you again. Um, After I finished streaming yesterday, and I went back into the house to make lunch, and the moment I sat on the sofa, I realized how tired I was, because I was a bit under the weather. And oh god, I went to bed at like 7 p.m. I was very tired. I'm not doing too badly now, but it's going to be a chill. We're going to have a relaxed time, you and I. We're going to have a relaxed time. So for those who don't know, because I think Kit Kats, you've not played this game yet, right? This is the Fiji. I've put a ridiculous Union Jack camo on it. But this is the Fiji, a pretty nimble British cruiser. And as with a lot of the British cruisers, it only has armor-piercing rounds. I also have a smoke screen that I can deploy if I want to. I should probably use a little repair here. It should be noted, because we were talking yesterday about the differences between this game and World of Tanks, the console version. All of these in-game deployables, the smoke, the repair kits, the put-out fire kits and stuff, they do not cost anything. Unlike World of Tanks, where they cost in-game currency and you then have to like buy a replacement automatically or whatever after every match, doesn't cost anything to use. It's just something on the ship that you can use at any time, like any skill in a game like World of Warcraft. You imagine in World of Warcraft if you ended up having to I'm going to launch some torpedoes, just do a real wide spread, see if we catch anything here. Can you imagine if World of Warcraft you had to oh, he's turning away, none of my torpedoes are going to hit. If you had to pay every time you wanted to use a skill, that would be insane. I don't want to crash into this island here. Oh, and thank you for the follow, VanCity223. I appreciate it. That gets me to 61. I've been kind of hovering around 60. It's been a slow, steady climb to 60, and just the idea that 60 human beings, oh, there he goes, 60 people in the world, I don't even have 60 friends, but like 60 people were like, yeah, I like this guy, I'll watch more of this. That's, I don't know, as like a shy person, a little bit of the old social anxiety, just, that's very cool. We are winning. Jesus, look at the top there. We've not lost a single ship. The enemy have been completely trounced. Could we... You know what I've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to win a game where my team loses no one and their team loses everyone. Could this be the one? I've never managed it ever. We've always had matches where, like, we win on points, which is what we're actually about to do, and it's probably how we're going to win. We're going to win on points before we kill the enemy. Or, like, one guy will die near the end or something and we'll lose that perfect match. I've always wanted a perfect match. I don't think it's happening here. But yeah, as I was saying, unlike World of Tanks, much of the stuff is just plain old free in this game. Oh, this guy's blasting me. I'm not going to be the one guy that gets killed. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to start laying smoke. I'm going to start turning away. I had to use a repair there because the guy hurt me. The guy took my engines out, and I just want to disengage. I don't want to be the reason that... oh, no. Can I avoid this guy? I don't want to hit him. You don't do any damage hitting them. I just don't want to get in his way. You know what I mean? I want to stay out of this guy's way so he can keep doing his thing. Alright, now don't think I don't see the Colorado over here with her no health. She is... Is she even moving? No, she's parked. She is parked. You can see I was leading my shots there, thinking she was moving. Oh, see, the battle ended, and we had one guy left. You like battlefield behemoths, so you're deciding which nation, of course, because you want to pick which nation to play through. Well, for your sake, why don't we pull out some early, or not necessarily early ships, but maybe some of my more favorite ships. If you like battlefield behemoths, you probably are interested in battleships. So what battleships do we have? Battleships, innit? Got my local accent coming out. We don't say battleship where I am. We say battleship. Oh, fucking battleships, mate. Yes, mate. I can't do the accent. It's weird. I grew up around here and I can't do the accent. So you got the Queen Elizabeth, which is well, the Warspite is the Queen Elizabeth class ship that is the famous battleship, but I have both here. You've also got the Fuso, which is a Japanese battleship that's basically a shotgun. It's just got a ridiculous number of huge guns on it. And if you can hit the enemy, you can do massive amounts of damage. But it does have quite a wide spread. You know, the gunnery isn't so good, so it misses a fair amount. But just look at this. How many turrets do we have? We have 2 on the front. We have 1 in the middle. No, sorry, 2 in the middle. And then 2 at the back. 6 turrets with 2 guns each. So you can lay down 12 shells per volley. It's insane, this thing. It's so powerful. And then you have the British Iowa class. Right, it's the Iowa class, I think, isn't it? And you've got like the New Jersey and all those guys. I only recently got the Iowa. Very powerful ship. Pretty weak armor in the sides. You don't want to get hit broadside. But, you know, a good ship if you can take care of her. So why don't we just pull out the good old Warspite here? Because she's a fine vessel. I know you'll probably heard of like a million little stories about Warspite. She was quite a storied ship. In fact, it's a shame really that she was scrapped post-war. I mean, we needed the steel, we needed the resources, and we needed to downsize the navy post-war, rebuilding Britain and stuff. But of all of the ships that we should have perhaps turned into a museum ship, I think Warspite was probably one of them that was up there. But at the time when people were campaigning to turn this ship or that ship into museum ships, we just, as a nation, didn't really have the money to put into stuff like that, preservation, because we were trying to, you know, rebuild whole neighborhoods and stuff. My house, not part of a rebuild, but part of the post-war boom, when they built just whole new towns and neighborhoods and things in the 50s. That's when my neighborhood here was built. So yeah, they put a lot of resources into that. Rebuilding the nation, not so much preserving, which is fine. It makes sense. It's just a shame. I'm going to go towards B. Maybe see if I can get up close to the enemy and brawl. So here's something for a new player to learn. If you're on a controller and you hold down left bumper, and it kind of does this little zoom out, but the other thing it does is it locks your guns pointing in a direction. So because on a battleship, your turrets turn really slowly, right? So if you want to make sure your guns are pointed broadside in that direction right now, they're pointed that way. But if I turn my camera because I'm steering over here and I want to look over here, you see my guns are turning. But I don't want my guns necessarily to turn, because then when I need to actually engage the enemy and bring my guns around again, I have to wait for them to come back. And I've been spotted. So what you can do is you can hold down left bumper, and it says to the guns, keep pointing in the direction I was pointing when you held it down. And now I can turn my camera, and my guns stay pointing in that same direction no matter where I'm looking, as long as I hold that button down. This is not good. I have a whole lot of ships who are on me right now, a whole lot of battleships and cruisers who want to shoot probably me. Let's see if I can lock onto this guy and consider... Oh, he's going this way. See if I can hit this guy. I always just do everything by the seat of my pants. I never... When you do the tutorials and stuff in this game, it's always like, oh, you should look at how many, you know, that number there, 7.3 seconds and 12 kilometers, and you should consider this and that. And yeah, no, if you want to do it that way, yes, absolutely. I just eyeball everything. I just have a good time eyeballing it. She's a fine ship. It's a shame I can't, like, get a better look on the deck. The camera automatically pans around. You want to get, like, a beautiful shot of the ship, and it keeps turning. It keeps moving like that, which is a shame. But yeah, I find this ship to be quite effective. The Queen Elizabeth and the Warspite, really. The Queen Elizabeth is... I mean, the Warspite's just a slightly tweaked premium version of the Elizabeth, but she's a fine vessel. She's able to maneuver more than you'd think for a battleship. So you can get into some tight corners and then get out of them again as needed. You can avoid torpedoes more than you'd think you should be able to. I'm getting blasted here by a whole bunch of guys. This Kavoski here has lost her engines. Ah, I hit the rocks. I kind of want to get away from them. I don't want all those guys to be blasting me. I want to just maybe fight this Fuso. I already have a friendly battleship, 2 friendly battleships here, the Nevada and the Piotr, whatever that is, and a friendly Fubuki destroyer. As I was mentioning, the Japanese line of destroyers are pretty damn good. No one complains about the Japanese destroyers, I don't think. Now, he's moving away from us, but turning to starboard, so you have to consider that. He's also pretty far away, so my shots may have landed a bit behind him, actually. Yeah, they did. I should have. Because he's so far away, it takes a while for them to reach him. Torpedoes. Torpedoes. Let's use a little repair here. I'm not sure how this is going to go for me, because you look on the minimap, there are 2 destroyers, those triangular fellas, who are in here, and allowing destroyers to get this close to a battleship can be a very bad thing. Not only that, but you have so many other ships here who are laying down on us right now. And because they're all driving away from us, it can be quite difficult to hit them. At least for me, I'm not the best shot when people are actively moving away. This guy's just kind of parked back there. Yeah, see, I didn't hit that guy, that cruiser. This ain't great. A lot of our fellas are losing their health. And this guy, see this Fubuki over here, is just going to pull out and fire even more torpedoes off at us. I mean, she's practically stopped, presumably, so that she could fire torpedoes. Let's see if I can get a couple of shots on her. I've only got... there, I did hit her, even though I can't see her anymore. I'm going to have to turn away. I'm just going to have to turn away, because she's going to just lay, like, torpedoes into me. She's so close now, she can pull out, fire as many torpedoes as she likes. Now, the problem I have here is because I'm turning away, my guns are all pointed to starboard, and if I want to start engaging people again, I kind of need to bring them to the other side. It's going to take time. Hello, Van City. Apologies for missing your message there for a minute or two. I'm trying not to get slaughtered. Everybody else who was here with me is dead. Everybody. Maybe I'll request a little support. Maybe. So I can't see those guys because they're in smoke, which is great for them, and especially for like supporting cruisers and stuff, because they can just rapid reload, set me on fire, chew away at my health while I can't do anything. And here come those torpedoes I was concerned about. I think I'll probably avoid all of them. But again, like, the reason I avoided those torpedoes is because about a minute and a half ago, I made a decision to get out of there. So you kind of have to, in a battleship, you really have to plan ahead. I don't know if I'll get out of this. My only hope here really is to get into cover behind these rocks. And even that really, given how many of my team are dead and how many of us are left, it's just prolonging the inevitable. But still, look at how much of a beating this ship can take. We got, what, at least 4 guys laying into us here. And while we are about to blow up, and I am going to send a little good game out, I think we've done all right. Maybe I'll get one more volley off before I die. There we go. One more volley before the end. And down I go. A shame, but we did what we could. We headed towards B, and we did what we could there. Aye. Yeah, Warspite's turrets do turn slowly. She is a tough ship. I mean, as I was began to say earlier and then got distracted by the game, I think one of the most famous stories about the Warspite is just when she was being towed to be scrapped. She ran aground and was stuck there for a very long time, I think off the south coast near Dover somewhere. And people like to tell the story as if, like, oh, the Warspite, she didn't want to be scrapped, you know. She put up a fight right to the end. All right, give me just a moment here to take my jumper off, because you know when you're a little bit under the weather and you go from being really cold to really hot? Well, now I'm really hot. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. All right, now, I'm not going to keep watching to the end of this match. Some people do. Wow, this guy's just not playing anymore. He's just sat here. Some people will just watch to the end of the game, and I do if it's a particularly exciting match. But in this match, my team are going to lose. So, for the sake of small Kit Kats who's new to the game, I will bring out like one of each kind of ship here. I'll mix it up a bit, you know, so that we don't see all of the same things. So that was a battleship. Maybe we just bring it down to a cruiser next. We had the Fiji earlier, but maybe a different cruiser. Well, my bot's really going for it with the links. Huh. What cruiser to bring out? I mean, I like the Leander. Well, you can... The funny thing about this game, look at how slowly everything's loading here, all the icons and the ship itself. This game, when it comes to the main menu, is not very optimized. I mean, in the game itself, it runs fine, as you've seen. But God, if you just want to, like, flip between ships and have a look at them, look at how long it's taking for the game to load this. I'm on the older Xbox One. If I were on the Xbox Series whatever, it would be a bit quicker. God, I put some really ugly camo on this ship. I don't know why, because I love this ship, but I put some weird camo on it. Anyway, this is another British cruiser, so you're not going to see any high explosive rounds. The advantage of which, well, there are many, but setting fires and armor-piercing rounds are all very well and good, but if you use a particularly beefy armor-piercing round against a particularly paper-thin opponent, what can happen is you over-penetrate them, and so you may punch a hole in them, but the whole point of an armor-piercing round is it pierces through the armor of the ship, and then it's on a fuse, and then it explodes inside the ship. But if it punches through and doesn't explode inside the ship, because the thing was paper thin, you're not going to do as much damage, right? That's why generally people will say, like, okay, you want to swap to, like, high explosive rounds for smaller stuff like destroyers, and or if you want to, like, set a bunch of fires on a battleship. Or, I mean, it depends what you want to do. But the British cruisers, pretty much just armor piercing. Maybe all just armor piercing. Do any of them have high explosive? But it's good armor piercing. It was just the British mindset, I suppose. Hey, Van City, where are you from? The name intrigues me as well, Van City, because it reminds me of, like, van life. You know, people who, like, travel the world and live out of their van or live out of a schoolie or an RV or stuff. Which is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to, like, build a nice RV and just travel Europe, travel the US.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Oh. Sorry, I just saw something out of my window that requires my attention for just a moment. Alright, sorry, I don't usually switch off like that, but I just saw something through the window that required some actual attention. Alright, now what I like about the Leander, although I'm not really showing it off yet, is she is nimble, she's good with her torpedoes, she's good on the reload, she's got, you know, your sonar so you can spot stuff, she's got your smoke, she's just a jack of all trades. She's a sturdy girl. Now, this ship that I'm going up against, the Aruba. Don't ask me how you're supposed to pronounce it. Wait, is she going to crash? She is going to crash. I don't think those torpedoes are going to hit, but she can only fire torpedoes out of her arse, basically. She does have torpedoes, but she has to shoot them out of her arse at her enemies. So she could probably fire a volley off at me now, but only if I kept going the direction I was going. Look at that, I hit a citadel. This girl is not long for this world, if we can just keep smashing into her. There we go, good job. Alright, now there are a lot of bad guys still around. There's at least 2 more cruisers right back there. See, those are those torpedoes that she fired out of her ass, and we just dodged that last one. Just dodged it. I'm just going to send out a little SOS just to remind the team that I could definitely use some help. See, look, there's a cruiser hiding back there, the Leipzig. I don't know what he's up to. Torpedoes to starboard. Who's firing torpedoes at me? That must be a destroyer out there, because there's nothing out there that I can see. I am capturing C, by the way. I'm capturing a point. You know, if Sammy were here, Sammy would be proud of me. Sammy's always going on about capturing points. I'm actually going to lay some smoke and see if I can hide here long enough to capture the point. Not something I would normally bother doing. Laying smoke like this, I'd probably normally just get behind the island a little bit. But this time, let's see if we can confuse the enemy with a bit of smoke. I'm just concerned because there are 2 cruisers behind this island and I don't want to... Oh, I've kind of gone out of my smoke. I don't necessarily want to get caught unawares. Yeah. Okay, I was just informed through my window that all is well. Okay. Alright. Do I have a moment here to read chat? Let's hope so. You're Canadian. You used to live in Canada, but you started off playing tanks on console, and you stopped and... Oh, okay. So I did the same thing, Van City, where I started off by playing World of Tanks, and then I played Warships. The thing is, I have a really good friend, and he... Are we still capturing? Oh no, they're stopping us. They're stopping us from capturing the point, which means that there's an enemy ship somewhere. And here he be. I turned on my sonar to be able to detect him. Now I need to actually bring the guns around so I can fire on him.
Capture that area.
Come on. I mean, he's going to be able to do a lot of bad things. He could fire more torpedoes, if nothing else. Alright, that's about as much as I can do. I may have damaged him, but I've gone round a corner. I'm sorry, I didn't finish my thought there. I'm not entirely on my own here. There is a battleship and a cruiser, but being so close to an enemy destroyer like this, and 2 other cruisers... Let's see, this guy is... Oh, he's way out there. What about the Leipzig? No, he's way out there as well. This may be a lost cause. I'm not really sure I can take on 2 cruisers and a destroyer that I can't see. Let's just fire a random volley off. They have left sea, though. They're no longer in the circle because I'm capturing it. But I don't see this going well. Let's preemptively bring my guns around to the port side. We have almost finished our job of capturing this zone, but we've been spotted by something that we can't see, which means in this case it's the destroyer, because we'd be able to see those cruisers otherwise. So it's definitely the destroyer that can see us, and now he can't. So he might be behind there. Now what I could do, and it would be suicide, but I don't really see much else that I can do here. I could get right behind this mountain, wait for one of these cruisers to come round, and then launch a volley of torpedoes. Okay, we've got torpedoes coming in. He expected us to go that way. Who have we got with us here? Oh, someone spotted me. Ah! Someone has not only spotted me, but look at this. I am screwed here. But I'm very, very, very close to this guy. He's launched torpedoes against me. Am I going to get him with my volley? I held them as long as I could. Yep, there we go, got him. I held off because sometimes if you fire a little too early, they might have the opportunity to avoid them, you know? So you want someone to really commit if you're going to go for it. Yes, so I started playing World of Tanks on console because I have a laptop that could play this game, or all these games. But my friend didn't have a PC that could run modern games. So if we wanted to play games together, we had to play the console version of Tanks. And we did that for a really long time. And then he started saying to me, like, hey, you know, there's this other game. There's this Warships game. And I thought to myself, I'm already playing one free-to-play game where you put a bunch of time and money in. I don't want to, like, split my time between another one. But eventually he persuaded me. And I saw the error of my ways, and now I tend to play this game more than Tanks. I mean, nowadays I'm streaming it and kind of give equal time to both. But if I were just playing these games for fun, I love them both. But I tend to pick up Warships more because it's more chill. It's more kind of laid back. Tanks, you have to really lock in, you know, it's a bit more fast paced. Whereas this game, you can take a few moments. You can set your ship on a course and then put down your controller and have a sip of your tea if you're not in the middle of some kind of combat. You know, it's quite relaxing. So that was a pretty fun cruiser. Hopefully, for Kit Kat's sake here, you could see how it differed a little bit from a battleship. It's much more maneuverable. Still pretty powerful guns. Still a nice array of things. You get some torpedoes. You do get the occasional battleship that has a few torpedoes up its sleeve, but for the most part, battleships don't have torpedoes, you know. Smoke, and again, most battleships don't have smoke, which is funny because you'd think a lot of battleships used to be able to deploy smoke in real life, but hey ho. So why don't we have a look at a destroyer? And I'll admit I'm going to bring out what many might call the best destroyer in the game, depending on how you like to play. You can only get this particular premium ship if you buy the disc-based version of the game. I forget what it's called, the Commander's Edition or the Captain's Edition or something. You have to get it on disc and get the code out of the box and never look at the disc again if you like. But it's just a particularly OP destroyer. It's particularly quick on the torpedo reload. It's particularly stealthy. It's particularly fast. Its guns aren't anything to write home about, so if you're the kind of destroyer player that likes to shoot people, you wouldn't necessarily pick the kamikaze, but I like to play it as if I'm a submarine. Stealthy. Get in, fire torpedoes, get out again, never be seen, because if the enemies see me, then they know I'm here. I like to kill people without them knowing I was even in the area, you know, where possible. I say that as if I'm some kind of pro player. It makes me sound really cool, but the kamikaze is like a destroyer with training wheels, right? Because everything is just that little bit easier. So for a player like me who's not the most amazing, incredible person at the game, hello, Tia. I know, right? Kit Kat's just saying, honestly, the seller is not running out of credits for ammo. And also not running out of credits for, like, repairing your stuff. Like, in World of Tanks, I would often do badly enough that I'd run out of silver, and then I couldn't bring out my favorite tanks because I couldn't afford to repair them and bring them out again. Whereas this game has the same mechanic, but it's much more gentle. I have never one single time ever seen the game tell me I can't bring out a ship because I can't afford to repair it. I didn't even know the mechanic existed in this game. If you had asked me, I would have said it wasn't in here, but I'm told it is. But you just get so much silver, you know, or whatever the silver currency is called in this one. Credits or no, not doubloons. Doubloons is the gold stuff, but like whatever, whatever, you know. You get so much that it's just not a problem. And the same thing with affording ships. I've never run out of money to buy a new ship because again, you buy the new ships with the in-game currency. Never needed to like buy any ever. All right, so my torpedo range is 8.1 kilometers. Now, of course, that depends on whether the enemy is moving towards me or away from me. If the enemy is like 15 kilometers away from me, but they're headed towards me, then by the time they reach me, or by the time they reach where my torpedo would be traveling, it will hit, right? But if they're traveling away from me and they're currently 8 kilometers out, by the way, there is a destroyer right here that I want to avoid, the Mutsuki. He's going to be a screening destroyer and is going to make it difficult because, again, I want to stay hidden, right? So he is going to make it quite difficult. What's this Fuso doing? This Fuso is traveling back there. Okay. Now, a lot of people would say, like, oh, I should be engaging this destroyer, but I want to be stealthy. We already have a destroyer engaging him here. I've not been seen yet. The enemy doesn't actually know I'm here. You know what? This is a really potentially dumb move, but there's a battleship right where I'm looking, right behind here. I can see it on the minimap because our planes must be able to see it. And he is in such a position that maybe, and this could go really badly, but wouldn't it be funny? I could pull out in front of him and hit him with some torpedoes. Now, he has the opportunity to blast me out of the water, and I'm hugging the coast to stay as hidden as possible until the very last moment. And here he is. And what is he? He's a Queen Elizabeth. Hello, Queen Elizabeth. You can see she's slowing down, trying to change course a little bit, trying to avoid what she knows is coming. I fired 2 of my volleys off. I'm saving that last one. And let's see. Alright, she's dead. I'm laying smoke, using my repair there. Well, not a repair, I don't have a repair. Okay, so that's kind of what I thought might happen, is I ended up with no health, but now we're in a really interesting spot, because it kind of looks like maybe that Lizzie was the only thing in the middle of the map. The only thing between me and maybe their aircraft carrier, which appears to be sat in their base. There she is, the Ranger. Now, she is going to be very interested in bombing me. She's got some planes up there, as you can see, flying that way. And as soon as they spot me, they're going to come for me. Oh, we have a cruiser behind me. We have a cruiser, the La Glaçonnière, who I think may be interested in doing bad things to me. Now, unfortunately, the enemy are going to know I'm here because they're going to know that someone's in their base. You can also tell that the aircraft carrier has started moving. She is perfectly aware that I'm here somewhere. Doesn't know exactly where, but she knows it. She knows I'm here. I'm going to try to get a real wide volley off on her here. And we have another friendly destroyer who's moving in as well. I'm not sure how many of those torpedoes are going to hit. I have so little health that I have to play it extremely safe here. If you look on the minimap, the small blue circle around me is their vision radius. If any of their ships get within that small blue circle, they'll be able to see me. So I'm staying just out of visual range of the aircraft carrier and also ensuring that that cruiser behind me can't see me. Now, granted, he's moved away, so I'm good in that regard. It looks like we'll get 3 torpedo hits. Won't be enough to sink her, but it'll be enough to almost sink her. Look at that. So now I'm thinking either I finish her off or someone else does. It's hard. Oh, look, my colleague has fired torpedoes and hit her with guns. All right. So I could capture their base, or at least I could try to capture their base. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't normally bother, but considering the ships they have left and where they are, maybe we could just hang out and capture their base. That seems crazy given... Well, let's have a look. We have a Chung King here who is rapidly headed in our direction. It's very unlikely I'll be able to hit her because cruisers are very maneuverable usually. They're headed this way at some speed because they know we're capturing their base. I've sent an extremely wide volley out, which I don't expect to hit. And it looks like, let's see, when she sees these torpedoes, she's going to adjust course. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at chat as much as I should be. This is quite exciting. Oh, don't want to hit the aircraft carrier. You don't have any damage. It's just, you know, annoying because you'll stop. Oh yeah, she just swerved to avoid one of them, but she's still coming. It was a very, very wide volley. I'm never going to be able to get enough of a volley off on her to really do the work here. I'm just going to have to keep moving away and hope that my team someone can move into position and hit this cruiser. I can keep firing volleys of torpedoes at her as I retreat. I might be more aggressive if I didn't have like no health left, but as it is, I'm best kept alive. Ooh, almost had her on that one. No, she's avoided all of them. I mean, of course she has. She's perfectly maneuverable. We don't really have anyone around. If you look at the map, we have a lot of battleships and they're way off elsewhere. God knows, actually, they're all just kind of down there on the left-hand side of the map doing whatever it is they're doing. Alright, let's try a couple of tight spreads. Again, I don't expect any of these to hit. She has managed to enter their base with 3 seconds to spare. We were about to win the game, but alas, she got in on us. Let's see. Oh, Sammy! Sammy's here! Hello, Sammy. Now, look, maybe I big up Sammy a little too much, but Sammy seems like a fantastic player in this game. Oh, I actually hit Chung King with one of those torpedoes, one of those slightly tighter spreads. Worked out for me. Now this other guy has laid some smoke, which has allowed me to get surprisingly close to her. She laid some smoke as well. I'm not sure if she might be stopping to reverse or what. I do have an out here. I've got this little corner I can go through, but I can't do a hard... Well, I can do a hard right, actually. I might just spin right here and get ready. Oh, I hit him again! Oh, wait, I hit him there? He's moving towards me. Oh, beautiful job! Beautiful job!
We're so close to winning.
I mean,
No
is
one
there
can
anyone else
stop
in the
us now.
base? Did that battleship move into the base? Because why are we not capturing it? That battleship did move in. Alright, I don't think I can do much to a battleship here. I'm going to lay my own smoke because I'm running out of smoke.
Let's hide in the smoke.
And I would like to hit this guy. They are bringing their destroyer this way, which isn't ideal. I don't think I'm going to hit this guy, to be honest. He'd have to be very stupid to keep moving in the same direction. Let me turn on my speed boost here.
Engine boost is on. Oh, I love
Sammy,
being
you'd be
fast.
proud of me.
Smoke is up. Good
The
luck
last game I
finding
was
us
in a
now.
Leander and I captured a capture point. It was tough. There were a lot of enemy ships. This is a bit of a 3-point turn. The Renown was stupid and just kept going in the same direction, which is not going to go well for him. There we go. But I have an enemy destroyer on my ass, and the only reason he can't see me is this smoke. So I need to get the hell out of here. Let me just point out... Yep, there he is. I need to get the hell out. Now, I am going to engage him. Normally, I wouldn't bother shooting in this particular ship, especially with no health, but I do have a colleague helping me out. This guy's going to want to shoot at me because he sees how little health I have. If he can just get a couple of simple, easy hits on me, then I'm toast. And he's taking out my engines. Alright, can I get a volley of torpedoes off? I'm about to die, but the least I could do
Problem
is
solved.
maybe
We're sailing
piss this
smooth
guy off a
now.
little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a good game from me. Maybe I can get a few shots off with my gun before I blow up, because I'm about to blow up. There we go, I'm done. I did hit him, and I got him! I sunk him! So now this this last destroyer should be able to finish off, well, capturing their base. Either that or our team are going to sink this incredibly badly damaged Fuso way back here. There was a whole different match going on the other side of the map. A whole different game going on back
5
here
minutes left.
Let's
hurry if we
with
wanna
this
win.
Fuso. Anyway, I was in a Leander using smoke, yes, and I didn't necessarily even have to because there was a large mountain between me and like 2 cruisers and, well, there was a destroyer, but he laid his own smoke. But yeah, we managed it in the end. Well, we didn't. I think we lost that game, but I managed to capture the point against all odds. And then I think we lost the game. But yeah, that's a good example of why the Kamikaze, or indeed any good destroyer if you're good at the game, better than me, is a fun ship. And you can see there how different it was from playing a cruiser or a battleship. I'm going through the different ships today because Small Kit Kats in the chat is new to this game. And they play World of Tanks, and we were kind of just going over some of the differences between this game and that game, with the, you know, that game is a bit more aggressive with the free-to-play stuff and trying to get you to pay for things. Whereas, like, this game, can you imagine if this game added, like, A, limited ammunition, and B, every single shot you fired you'd had to pay for with in-game currency? That's what it's like in tanks, and it's a bit crazy. There's things like that you can't add after the fact. If it's that way when the game comes out, people just accept it. But can you imagine if people started charging for that kind of stuff? All right. I should probably do my dailies. I mean, you know what? No, let's wrap up the types of ships by bringing out an aircraft carrier. I will bring out the Hosho just because I like the Hosho. Japanese aircraft carriers are good. I thought that the Hosho would be more attractive with the Star Spangled Banner. I think the Japanese missed a trick when they didn't paint their ships to look like this, because I think it looks dope. Haha, Sammy, I know, sorry, I'm catching up on chat. Are you feeling all right? You're capping. Actually, no, I'm a little bit under the weather today. I know you were being facetious, which is one of my favourite words. I love that word, facetious. But I am actually a little bit under the weather. Not quite enough to not stream, but you'll find me slightly lower energy today because I'm a bit, you know. Oh, the service cost post game. See, there's the thing. I didn't even know there was a service cost. Hey, I'll have you know, Sammy, it's 21 degrees in this shed right now. I got the fire going earlier. It's just embers now, but it's lovely and warm. I'm on the sofa in here. I got a blanket over my legs, a nice cup of tea. I'm hydrating. I actually think it might be because I got my flu jab a few days ago, and my body it thinks it's under attack. It's either that or it's a mild cold, but it's probably just the flu jab. Okay, so aircraft carriers. On this particular map, there isn't really anywhere I can go to take cover, so I'm just going to reverse. You have high explosive bombers that drop big ass 500 kilogram bombs, or whatever size they are, and you also have torpedo bombers. We're going to start with the torpedo bombers. Now, the interesting thing about aircraft carriers in this game is I'm flying the planes now. I'm no longer controlling the ship. I have given it a command to hit reverse, and I could go back at any time, but I can only do one thing at a time, right? And that's important to remember when you're playing against an aircraft carrier. Like earlier on when I was trying to torpedo that aircraft carrier, generally if they're flying their planes, they're not changing their course and speed, and that's important to remember when you're trying to torpedo people. I've also just spotted this guy's torpedo planes coming from somewhere over here. At the very start of a match, I like to try and fly my planes all the way to the back of the map and annoy their aircraft carrier if I can. A lot of these battleships that I'm about to fly past are going to have a whole lot of flak, a whole lot of anti-air, which isn't going to be great for my planes. But here we are. Here's the Langley. We're going to try to torpedo the Langley. We're going to try and just come in on the side of him a little bit here to make it a bit easier to hit him. We have an amount of fuel. If you look at the bottom, I've got 2 kilometers of fuel left. Can we please line her up? There we go. So I almost ran out of fuel. Oh, look, one of my torpedoes is going to miss. That's because I'm too busy talking and not busy aiming. Anyway, that's kind of how that works. And you have a certain amount of planes, so once they get shot down or once they have to take time to fly back, you know, they get quote-unquote repaired over time. So you do get them back. They regenerate. But you do get to a point, if you just keep flinging your planes up all the time, you're going to run out of planes. So that's aircraft carriers. Hopefully I've not missed anything super obvious off. You know, they don't have guns of their own. They have secondary guns. So if the enemy gets too close, your aircraft carrier will shoot at them with their piddly little secondaries. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I also put my streams out on YouTube, and no one has ever watched these streams on YouTube. I only ever get viewers on Twitch, but I've just seen GameBoy3489 on watching the YouTube stream has just subscribed. I appreciate it. You're the very first person, Game Boy, who has ever watched the YouTube copy of this stream. Can I come around with the few planes I have left here and just do a quick little volley maybe on this cruiser? I'm so getting my planes shot down here. No, that's a really bad shot. I was out of fuel. I had to fire them off. So yes, I apologize, Game Boy, if I don't... Let me move forward because the noise of the beep beep is annoying. Sorry if I don't see all of your messages because I don't usually have the YouTube chat open. Let's see if I can pull it up here so I can keep it open. Let's see. Let me catch up. So, Small Kit Kats, you're the coffee variant of me. I'm going to swing... I was swinging right, I shouldn't be. I'm going to swing left here, because if you look at the mini-map, my team kind of control the left-hand bottom corner of the map, but as we can see, there's a cruiser out there, that Karlsruhe. Karlsruhe's a good cruiser as well. And she's coming in this direction, so I kind of want to move away. I kind of want to stay on the side of the map that my team controls. Game Boy on YouTube is asking me what my favorite ship is. That is a difficult question, but I think it would probably have to be the Kamikaze, the destroyer that you get with the disc edition of the game. I play it as in terms of like which ship do I play the most. That one is the one I do play the most. It's so easy to play, fast reload on the torpedoes, very stealthy. It's the ship that I pull out if I have had a bad couple of runs with some other ships and I just need to have a fun, silly, good time in a ship that I know is going to treat me really, really well and be well behaved and, you know, kind of excels at everything it needs to excel at. So I would say the Kamikaze. But in terms of ships that aren't premium ships, that where you have to like buy a disc edition of the game kind of thing, I love the Queen Elizabeth. You know, you can get the premium edition, you can get the Warspite, but the Queen Elizabeth herself is just a really fine ship. She's kind of a beefy battleship. She can brawl to a degree. She can take on smaller ships, surprisingly to a degree too. She is very maneuverable for a battleship. She's got a good rudder. Just in general, an all-round fun ship. And also, like, in terms of cruisers, I like the Leander. Ah, there we go. I sunk that New York. I mean, he was pretty low on health anyway. Where the hell am I going? What am I doing? Let me just land these planes. That's a bit silly. All right, let me come to a stop because that other cruiser is dead and there's no point in me continuing to move. I'm almost out of torpedo planes, so let's give these bombers a go. Yeah. Man, I like a lot of ships. Game Boy here saying that their favorite ship is the Massachusetts. I don't think I have the Massachusetts. Although, actually, you reminded me, I don't usually look in the store very much because I don't usually spend a lot of money in this game, and the ships are extortionately priced. And actually, thank you, Game Boy. I put the Star Spangled Banner on an aircraft carrier because I thought that would be silly on a Japanese aircraft carrier. I don't normally look in the store because in this game, buying a premium ship usually means spending a ridiculous amount of money, like £30, which is crazy. Whereas in World of Tanks, you might buy a premium tank for like maybe £10 or something, which is still a lot of money, but certainly far less than basically what would be the price of a whole game. So I never really buy stuff in this game. But I had a look in case there was something cool, and that was a really bad drop. But let's see. He's making it easy for me, though. Also, the Emile Burton, the guy I'm trying to bomb, good cruiser, fun cruiser, very nimble French cruiser. I had a look, and my point is you can get the Milwaukee for like 70 pence right now in the store, which is quite good. And what is it, like a 3 or something? It's quite a low-tier premium ship. It's basically a premium St. Louis, but it's a fun ship because it's got guns pointing in all directions. It's just a fun, like, if you have 70 pence to throw, or like less than $1 to throw at a premium ship in this game, assuming you like taking out the lower tier, you know, ships for fun sometimes, like I do, the Milwaukee's a fun ship. I didn't see anything cool and Christmas themed though. That's what I was looking in there for. What ship did I get from the free crates? I've not had any ships recently, although I haven't picked up the game for like a week. Game Boy's asking me what ship did I get from the free crates. I haven't had anything recently at all. Oh, there was something, wasn't there? Or am I thinking of World of Tanks? You know, I think I did get something. God, it was a week ago though. My memory. Oh, but I didn't get anything fancy or special. Certainly nothing that I would particularly care about. Yeah, Sammy there in the Twitch chat saying that they knew I'd say kamikaze. It's just such a relaxing. Should we try and hit the aircraft carrier again? He's kind of just sat there. He's forgotten how much danger he's in, I think. Ooh, yeah. Our battleship that was asking for intel, he's over in B on the right-hand side of the map. It's just him on his own there against another battleship. I will go and help him out in a minute. I just want to get some torpedoes on this guy first. Alright, now those should actually hit this time. Both of them should hit. I'm going to have to send high explosive bombers out, but I will send some out and I'll go help our lone... Yeah, okay, so both of those torpedoes hit. And he is... you know, he's got half his health. A bit of flooding. Let's go help the Koenig. Oh, you got the Aki. Game Boy got the Aki. I would like that ship. It looks really good. I just need to play the game a bit more because I stream on Twitch primarily. I do put the stream out onto YouTube as well, and I always have the high quality like recordings of the streams that I post afterwards on YouTube as an archive. But I'm streaming on Twitch, and I'm chatting on there and stuff, and I have my schedule there is the point. And Tuesdays is Helldivers, Wednesdays is World of Tanks, and Thursdays is Warships. So I pretty much only play this game once a week for like 3 hours. Oh, this guy's gonna kill himself by crashing into his enemy here. Oh, well done, fair play. That is fair enough, fella. Fair enough, he took the enemy out. Alright, we have one enemy destroyer left, and he's over here somewhere. There's not... Yeah, I lost my planes there because they ran out of fuel. I was hoping I might spot that destroyer before they ran out of fuel. He could be on his way down to kill me. Oh, you know what? I think he is. My squadron's already been detected down here. I think he might be on his way down to sink the aircraft carrier. Oh, here he is. He's in a kamikaze as well. I'm done for. I'm doomed. Doomed. And don't worry, Game Boy, about the English. I wish I could speak another language. I can speak 2 languages. English and bad English. Alright, my plan here is to run away because the kamikaze is coming for me. He doesn't know exactly where I am, but he has a pretty good idea because my planes are going to come back into land. Looks like... What's he doing? I'm looking on the mini-map. Won't be long until I can't see anymore. I'm just going to do a little reverse and try and get the hell out of here. I'm pretty sure this guy is going to sink me. Oh, you got the Yoshino, Sammy. Nice. And I got nothing because I've not touched this game in a week. I'm going to stop begging for help. Game Boys from the Philippines. Yet another in the long list of places I would love to visit, mainly because I want to eat everyone's food. I just want to eat I want to travel the world and eat everyone's food, you know? Okay, Groot 1982 is about to slaughter me. I'm going to avoid his first volley, but probably not the rest. Yeah, he's going to hit me a couple of times in the arse here. Alright, now he has one more volley of torpedoes that he's not launched yet. I'm turning hard to avoid them, but I'm not going to be able to avoid them. They both hit my ass. At this point, he's just going to fire his guns at me. And at this point, all I can really do is just spin around, head towards my colleagues, and hope that this guy doesn't fire his guns at me. He is though. He's coming in for another pass. This is it for me. I reckon... Alright, I'm just going to have to keep turning. I am turning towards... What's he doing here? Yeah, okay. I launched my planes. So I've been sunk. But the other thing about aircraft carriers is if you have planes in the air, you can keep flying them even after your ship is gone. Now that's a really bad shot, but I don't mind it being kind of wide because the guy's all over the place. I have a lot of fuel to keep going, and he seems to have his anti-air turned off. Kamikazes often do, so that they can hide in the smoke. If their anti-air is on, it can often reveal where someone is. I'm going to slow my planes down as much as possible and just come in as slow as possible and hope at the last moment I see him. I think he might have headed out this way. He's not in his smoke anymore. Alright, I had to pull out of that dive. I've still got 12 kilometers of fuel left. And I have no idea where he's gone. He could have gone way out there. We're going to win on points anyway. No, he must still be in C because he's just captured the point. Where in C? He could... I didn't see him in the smoke. And I think I got close enough that I would have seen him in the smoke. I went into a dive too soon. Yeah. He's actually turned on his anti-air at this point. He figures might as well, I guess. Well, nothing I can do. I'm out of fuel. And that's it for me. I mean, we've won. Look at the points. 982. I was killed by a dragon, apparently. Okay, let me read chat. Game Boy is asking me... Game Boy over on YouTube is asking me what year did I start playing. He started playing in 2021. That's a good question. I don't remember. It's been a good few years. That's a really good question. I don't know. I kind of come back and forth on the game. I might put it down for a really long time. I lived in the US for a little while there, like in 2020, and I didn't have a console, so I kind of put down most of my games for a while. I'm trying to remember if I played this game before I went there, or if I only started playing it after I moved back here. Let's say 5 or 6 years or something. Yeah. Oh, stay hydrated. And yes, Sammy, it is indeed a win. We won. Game Boy asking me to show my ships. I have 126 ships, so not so easy to do. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look here. So, I have not maxed out any tier at all. I go through what I like. So apparently I wasn't a big fan of the American destroyers, or probably it's less that and more that I preferred the other ones and just didn't get around to leveling through them. I quite like the American cruisers, but not as much as the British cruisers, so I've not gotten particularly far with them. The Omaha is a lot of fun. She's very paper thin. She's very easy to sink. You don't ever want to go up against a battleship in her. I mean, generally you don't want to go up against a battleship in a cruiser, but especially not the Omaha. As opposed to the Phoenix, which is just feels like a better ship to play. I have a lot of fun in the Phoenix. Obviously, American battleships, fantastic. They're all fantastic. I'm enjoying the Iowa. I don't know anything about the Maine yet, not unlocked it. But yeah, the Iowa, Colorado, New Mexico, New York, even the Nevada back here, fun ships. I've not played... Look at this. I've not played the American aircraft carriers at all yet, really. But the Langley and the Ranger, as someone who sinks these ships on occasion, they're fast. They can be quite hard to catch if you're trying to torpedo them. So they do have that going for them. Sammy says, I'll get the Orkan W Tier 6 destroyer if I get halfway through the campaign. Ooh, I wonder how far through I am. Game Boy says they're at level 93 in the campaign. I should have a look because I think I'm right near the very beginning. Now, Japan is a different story for me. I really enjoy the whole show a lot, to the point that, like, I often don't pick the one I'm leveling up. Like, I really should be playing the Ryujo so that I can get through to the Shokaku, but I love the whole show so much, I often just pull that out instead. And battleships, and this is just my personal opinion, obviously, but the Izuyuchi I really enjoyed. Kongo was a bit of a slog for me. Fuso is fantastic. And I expect that the Nagato and the Amagi are going to be a lot of fun because whenever I've seen them in the game, especially the Amagi, they've been pretty powerful, successful ships in those matches. Going through the Japanese cruisers, I won't spend too long going through all of these. But the Furataka I had a lot of fun in. The Awuba, I can't help but pronounce it that way. Come on. I've not enjoyed that ship so much, and it's probably my play style, but it's a very physically long ship, and she lumbers when you try and turn her. She's very slow to turn. She can only fire torpedoes out of her arse, so if you're in a situation where you need to torpedo someone, you have to be facing away from them. You have to be running away from them to torpedo them. And because you're so slow to turn, it can be quite hard to get into that position. And because you're so long and lengthy, it's easier for them to hit you with a torpedo, you know? Japanese destroyers are fantastic. They just are, right? The Izukaze, the Matsuki, the Fubuki. I don't know the rest, obviously, because I've not unlocked them yet. And actually, to be honest, I'm not sure I see much of these other ships in the game. Huh. Maybe the Yugumo, I'm not sure. But the Minakaze and the Fubuki, I see, and the Matsuki, I see these a lot. I see these pop up a lot in the game. Game Boy asking if we can play. What I will say to that is I have a Discord. Not that I just want to plug the Discord or anything and get people to join, but I have a Discord, and whenever I arrange to like play with viewers and hang out and stuff, we arrange it ahead of time on the Discord, so that way everyone can be can be free and available. I'll paste the link in. You don't have to join or anything, because that way you can plan ahead and you can be like, okay, well I'm going to be streaming on such a day at such a time, and we're going to have these people and so on. So not today. I kind of want to chill time just on my own today and go at my own pace. But certainly I do like playing with people. Let's see. I'm just going to go through England and Germany, and then we're going to move on. England, I really enjoy the cruisers. I just do. They're just so much fun. I especially enjoyed the Leander. The Emerald was fun as well. But the Fiji, I'm really having a good time with the Fiji. I think it's dangerous because I think the Fiji could be so much fun that what if the Edinburgh doesn't live up to it? Like, what if you have so much of a good time in this ship that maybe this ship isn't as good? I've done that with World of Tanks, where I've had a really cool tank and then I've unlocked the next tank and I've been really excited for like a better version of the ship I already have, and it turns out to not be as good, or you can't play it in the same way and it's not the way I like to play or whatever. Kind of a bit like the King George V battleship here. Not a bad ship, but I feel like I have to play her significantly differently to the Queen Elizabeth. And not exactly a letdown, not exactly, but I was a little bummed that it wasn't just a better Queen Elizabeth. But that's not the way it goes. By the way, if Kit Kat's still here, speaking about battleships, the Tiger is a fast ship. May not be the fanciest, most incredible ship in the history of the world, but she is not only speedy, but has a speed boost. She can get around the map pretty nicely. And, when it comes to Germany has some good destroyers. I just haven't really pulled many of them out yet. Because I kind of got up to this point, and then I got my kamikaze, and then I just lean on that because it's so much fun. Their cruisers are great fun. The Karlsruhe, the Königsberg, two really fun ships. I'm looking forward to getting the Nuremberg and seeing how that goes. Battleships, I've not had as much fun in German battleships. I haven't. I would like to get to Bismarck and Gneisenau and even Bayern, I suppose. But I'm just not feeling it with the Koenig, and so I've just not played through them very much. It's just not been much fun. But I'll get over that hump at some point, Anyway, enough of me not playing the game. You're not here to watch someone just look at a list of ships. Yes, Game Boy, they are very fun. Let's just open some of these crates and see if there's anything interesting inside them. No, a bit of stuff. Nothing fancy. Sammy asking me how my Farragut grind is going. Well, I will pull it out in a moment. Why not? I did play it last week, I think. Were you here last week, Sammy? I definitely did pull out the Farragut. But as with me, you know me, there's never a grind. I'm never grinding. I pull out a ship when I feel like it. That's about it, really. But let's pull it out. I got it on my hotbar on my favourites list here, so we can just whip it out. I gotta have a drink. Oh my. I'm taking a moment to put myself back together here. Oh god, that is a heavy cup of tea. Mm. You know those giant cups of tea, like the Sports Direct kind of mugs? I've got one of those. It's not Sports Direct though, it says super size on it. I forgot how heavy it is when it's full of tea. I could use the commendation from the crate to make Halsey a legendary. I think I'm saving up my commendations for something. I know I'm saving them for some commander that needs 4 billion of them, maybe it's Andrew Cunningham or someone. One of my commanders, I've got them up to the very last step, the very last level, and you need something like, what is it, 15 personal commendations or something in order to finish it off. That last, it's something disgusting. It's so much, and I think I'm saving them up for that. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah. No, if I've not got him, I've not got him legendary yet, have I? Maybe I could just apply one of them. We'll have a look at that in a few minutes. Okay, so, as I'm told, as Sammy's been telling me, I should be using this ship like a gunboat, and I should be capturing points. So, I guess we're going to be trying to capture B here. I don't know. I'm not saying this is going to go well. It's not how I would normally play. I am going to play it safe and go to the very back of B here, and that gives me the opportunity to try to disengage where possible. There's no cover out here, that's the thing. Our other destroyer is going to capture A. In fact, we have 2 Minakazes in the map. It's 2 Minakazes and me. Okay. Who's with me? A Wyoming and a Kaiser. And what's this I hear about more coffee? Oh, is it? Yeah, that's the thing, Kit Kats. It's, God, what time is it there? Of course, you do nights, don't you? I keep forgetting. Game Boy here saying that you have this game and it's a 3v3. There are different modes, isn't there? There are different modes you can play. I've never played a 3v3 mode in this, but I think there are different modes, aren't there? Okay, so I mean, should I just be shooting at these guys? Because if I engage these guys, I'm going to have 2 cruisers and a battleship laying on me real hard, and that doesn't sound fun. Is this guy stopping? I mean, they can't see me yet. Oh, this guy's about to, though. Alright, you know what? This guy, we are going to fight. Because we kind of have to. He's not leaving me much. Come on, lock onto the correct ship. Thank you. Alright, let's turn on our speed boost and just go to work firing on this fella. I am trying to keep my options open in terms of terming because of that, because I want to not get torpedoed. He's probably going to torpedo me now. Best thing I can do is just try to turn hard. Oh, he didn't torpedo me. Oh, we have 2 destroyers on me right here. That's not ideal. And he's taken out my engines, and if I can't kill him, he'll be able to see me and spot me for the other guy. Alright, and then the battleship got me. So that is why I don't like using a destroyer as a gunboat. I mean, granted, that was a pretty difficult fight. It was 2 destroyers, it was a battleship, possibly a cruiser. Who knows if that guy was firing on me, and there was no cover. To be fair, there's a tough one no matter what you do there. Now let's see what Sammy had to say on that one. No shoot the DD when spotted. Now, are you saying I shouldn't shoot the destroyer when I'm spotted, or are you saying I should? I wanted to be sailing away, not in, and damage con the fire. Well, I didn't use the damage control thing, because I was concerned about being disabled, and then I would just be a sitting duck for like 60 seconds, and I would have been dead. So my thinking there was, I'm being damaged by fire, sure, but it would be far worse to be completely disabled and sat there for them to lay into me. And yeah, normally I turn in, because I guess I'm thinking turn in and torpedo them. I'd already used my torpedoes up. But, yeah, I could turn away. I could have turned away just as easily, couldn't I, really? I just wanted to make his life harder. I wanted to get in close and make him sweat and make him have to work. But I should have turned away, sure. The legendary skill will sort that out. Not to shoot the cruiser, but the DD when spotted. Meh. Okay, well, that went. I don't have much to say on that. Down I go. Anyway, yeah, Game Boy. Game Boy's saying that they have this game and it's a 3v3 game. Well, this is World of Warships Legends. and this is the standard version. There is like ranked. I don't know how many. Does it? It doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you how many players are in each mode. I think at least one of these modes has fewer players, right? But standard, as it says here, join challenging battles in randomly composed 9-player teams. Oh, arcade is 5v5. And I don't know what the others are. But yeah. You can get this game on Xbox, you can get it on PlayStation, and you can get it on, I think it's on mobile phones as well. Yeah. Game Boy says that the arcade mode is 5v5. Yes, it is. The arcade mode is 5v5. I've never played the arcade mode. I don't actually know what the difference is. I've only ever played standard. Sometimes, as Sammy points out, sometimes it is 3v3. And Small Kit Kats points out that AI is 4v4. Although that's not true. Playing against the AI can often be a full team. It's not necessarily 4v4. It depends also like what tier of ships you're pulling out. Because the thing is, if you're in a really low tier ship, like say you've just started playing the game, like Kit Kats has, and you're in like a tier 1, tier 2 ship or whatever, there won't be as many human players trying to play versus the AI in such a low tier game. So it will search for a little while to find people, and then it might either fill the match out with bots, or it might just put you in a smaller match. But yeah, standard is 9v9, I guess. Let's see if we can demonstrate that. I was mentioning the Milwaukee earlier, because it's currently like 70 pence in the shop if anyone wants to get it. And I guess I'll demo it, and we'll see how many bots we get and how big the teams are and stuff. Sammy's saying that AI always has a full team, and arcade sometimes has bots. Yeah, I'd rather not have bots, so I guess I'll stick to standard. That's one thing that bums me out sometimes with World of Tanks, because you think like, oh, I just killed that guy, I'm amazing, and then you realize it was a bot, and you don't feel as good. Oh, my headache is coming back. Should I take more painkillers? That's the question. Oh my word. I'm going to play my own sound effects. Game Boy saying he needs to go. My bad. No, don't you worry. You go off and live your life. Don't you worry. I appreciate you dropping in, Game Boy. You are literally, like, I've been doing this for a couple of months. Game Boy, you are my very first YouTube chat viewer ever. I've been. Oh, see, here we go. I tried to bait the game into putting me into a 4v4 by picking a low tier ship, even though I'm in standard. And yeah, here we are, 4v4. These are all real players. But yeah, so you can get smaller matches. It depends what ships you're taking out. God, I miss Windows 95. Oh, kind of. There's plenty of reasons to not miss Windows 95. Like, I don't know, you buy a mouse, and if the floppy disk with the drivers don't come with it, you might be screwed and you might not be able to use the mouse. Oh, Game Boy found me because you searched for World of Warships Legends Live. Okay, I guess the what do you call it? The keywords are working. Yeah, I think at this time of day, not many people are streaming it. Even if you look on Twitch, there are very few people streaming at this time of day. But that's kind of one of the reasons I picked this time of day, because I thought, like, well, you know, it'll be cozy. Maybe there's some people out there who really want to watch a stream of this game at this time of day, and like barely anyone's streaming it. So I thought maybe I can fill that gap, you know. Oh, and it's just nice to hang out with people, honestly. One of the big reasons I started doing this is just meeting interesting new people. Like meeting someone from the Philippines, for example. Yeah. Ah, it's nice. I'm playing it very safe here. Oh, hello. So, one thing I like about the Milwaukee, like a lot of older ships, she's got guns everywhere. So I can just turn and just keep on firing. And if you look in the bottom middle of the screen, there are guns everywhere. There are guns everywhere. Oh, here in the UK, it's currently 12:26 p.m. It's the middle of the day. And I usually start my streams about 11 a.m. UK time. Okay, so one of the... Oh, St. Louis. I'm essentially in a St. Louis. So that doesn't necessarily mean I have great odds here, especially because I'm also going up against this destroyer. Not a lot that we can really do. I mean, if I want to force multiply, half my team's already dead, you know? I am going to swing away from this guy. They can't see me currently, but like going right into the face of a destroyer who's hiding behind smoke, he is coming out this side from the looks of it, though. This guy knows what he's doing. As opposed to me, I do keep taking out little bits of his ship. I've taken out his steering. He's just repaired them. I've got another destroyer coming up. I can see it on the minimap. I am going to switch over to dealing with him because he's going to want to torpedo me, and I'm going to want to dissuade him from that notion, shall we say. Come on, one more volley should finish this guy off. Ooh, so close. Oh, he's trying to torpedo the Romulus, my colleague, and he's doing it as well. All right, well, I'm the last hope for humanity. It's just me now. Oh, he did torpedo me, though. Look at that. I'm only going to be able to avoid... Okay, I got hit by one of those. Not entirely sure what my next move should be here. That cruiser to my left is going to be able to fire on me. Maybe if I swing around and push towards these guys, he'll be out of range eventually. I don't know. Maybe I should have just been engaging him, but I guess I can engage him while I'm turning. I've got enough guns. I just... oh, it's 8:20 p.m. there. Yeah, you go get your dinner. You don't need to hang out. Go. If it's 8 p.m. there, you go have something to eat. I can hear some of his shots bouncing off me. The problem is their destroyer is going to know exactly where I am. Let me just hit the brakes for a moment to slow down so that any torpedo volleys might miss. Maybe. Alright, I slowed down for a moment. I'll get moving again now. I'm just going to have to go in a circle. I'm not going to win this. He's turning in towards me. Maybe I'll turn in towards him. I'm going a bit too slow now, frankly. I think he's figured out that I'm not doing enough damage to him versus the damage he's doing to me. I am really focusing on him now, though, in a way that I wasn't a moment ago. And if you look on the minimap, I've got another cruiser and a destroyer behind me, and someone's firing torpedoes at me. And I'm not going to be able to avoid these. At least the one that's going to hit me on the starboard side is going to hit me, I'm pretty confident. Oh no, I avoided all of them. I'm the best player in the world. Me, me, me. I'm amazing. Did this guy torpedo me as well? Yeah, and he missed. I'm just that good. Milwaukee, 70 pence. This ship could be yours. I should get a commission. But look at it, it's fun. Like, you can be pointing in any old direction and screw up your enemy. You can just lay so many shells onto them that you can start a bajillion fires. I've not used armor piercing at all. If I had, I might have sunk this guy by now. Oh, he torpedoed me. Yeah, I didn't bother changing course because I knew I had so little health and I knew the game was going to be over anyway. As Game Boy said, I should probably have put armor piercing on. You're probably right. I could have finished him off with some armor piercing there. But, you know, that was just a fun little tier 2 match in a fun little ship I like to pull out sometimes. And that's one way of trying to force the game to give you a 4v4 sometimes. Alright. I still have dailies to finish. I should at least get a win in a 7. Why don't we pull out the Iowa? I don't know if Kit Kats is still here, but Kit Kats was saying earlier that they wanted some beefy... I forget what the terminology they used. It was behemoth, I think. I think they said they wanted like a behemoth of a ship. And I think battleships kind of fill that role. You just claimed a winter pack. What's a winter pack? Is that one of the various like boxes that drop or something, or what is that? If you don't know, Sammy certainly will. Always remember to drink your tea. Something free from the winter holiday tab on the shop. Speaking of free things on the shop, every single day on the offers tab, there is one free, like, little crate of just random bits and pieces.
Action stations.
Okay, so check this out. Game Boy just said we have the same match, and if you look on my team, the guy in the Massachusetts here, Game Boy 2Dad348, I'm pretty confident that that is my viewer on YouTube right now. Where is he? He's in the Massachusetts. Let's see. So, Blazing, Duke of York. What's that other ship over there? There's the Leon. Okay, so he must be... Is he next to me? Oh, he's right next to me. Okay. Well, I'm going to swing... Yeah, that's definitely him. I am going to swing right here and go with these other fellas in this direction. And that seems to be the way you're going as well. But that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, man. I'll have to keep an eye on you. But yes, as we were chatting about in the Twitch chat, yes, there is a daily blue common crate that you just get for free. It just has a few bits and bobs in it, some credits, some like boosters and things. All right, so this is going to be interesting. One of the things I don't really want to do with this ship is show my side off because it's very shootable. So I think I'm going to slow down here. Because I'm going to be able to fire over this little bit of an embankment here just fine. And these guys are going to be coming out in a moment and they're going to be engageable from here. So there's no reason for me to, like... It looks like my colleague here, my YouTube viewer, is getting slightly hit by planes. Nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. But yeah, once these guys kind of pull out here a little bit, I should be able to hit them. Like this Xi-10 in a moment. If I just slightly swing to the right, I can get all my guns on him without every single ship and its dad over there being able to hit me. You know, that's kind of the point. Oh, he's turning away. I thought he was turning towards us. Is he turning around? I can't tell with all the spray. Yes? Do you think he's turning around? Let's just fire a shot off and see if he... No, he's straightened out. I might still hit him. He is kind of turning in that direction. Alright. I don't need to be moving at the moment. I can hit that guy. I can hit this guy over here. I don't need to be moving. Unless they start engaging me. The Georgia is right on the edge of my range, but I don't think she's moving at the moment. So let's... Torpedoes are the one thing I should be concerned about when it comes to not moving. If that aircraft carrier figures out that I'm not moving and comes back again... Oh, you know what? We have a destroyer coming down the mouth of this... It's time to move. Because we have a destroyer coming down the middle of the map, and he's going to come out here and just lay torpedoes into us. So I'm going to leave the aircraft carrier to deal with that one. And I'm going to start moving. And, oh, our other two battleship colleagues have turned around to run away. Huh, that puts us in a position here. I'm not entirely sure what to do. I am also going to pull back a little bit. I don't want to push too far forward. I'm just going to go behind this little island here. I'm not going to turn around like these other two guys have necessarily. But I also don't want to just plow forward into D and then get hit by everything over there. So I'm just going to wing my way around and be a little cautious about this. The enemy destroyer is now in C. There he is. I've been spotted. That's unsurprising. Is it that Zaitan? He's, oh no, he's behind an island. It'll be that destroyer that can see me. There he is. Well, the two battleships that have already turned around can do something about that. I want to keep an eye out over what's over here. Let's see. I think the Mystic Box stuff, Kit Kats, I think some of that is... Oh, god damn it. Can I fire onto Zaitan before I go behind the island? Not really. But at least I'm behind the island now. Yeah, that all that Mystic Box stuff is certainly not usually in the store. God damn, that is a hell... I've not figured out yet how to lob shots over an island like that. That is impressive. Ooh, my buddy here is getting torpedoed, though. That didn't go too badly for him. How do I learn how to lob shots over an island like that? Because if I ever tried that, they would just hit the island. I've never figured that part out. It's this cruiser. And this cruiser, as long as someone can see me, he's going to be able to keep lobbing shots over at me. This thing does not really... Oh, look at this! I have a... Wow. Okay, this is quite an auspicious moment. Because I have a second viewer on YouTube. A second! And yes, as you say, it depends on your ship. I'm guessing it's a bit like... Oh wow, am I getting lag? Look at this in the game. The game is kind of jumping. I'm not moving. Oh, look at that. I've never had lag before in a match. That's really weird. Look at this, I'm not moving. And now I am moving. I'm on a wired connection on a broadband, like a coax, like a good internet connection. I mean, if I was having trouble, the stream wouldn't be working. So the host of this match... Look at this, I'm not moving, period. Oh, now I'm moving again. I've never seen this before. Whoever's hosting this match must have a terrible internet connection. This is very bizarre. Look at that! I've never seen that before. At this point, I don't really want to be reversing anymore. We have a lot of enemies over in D. Really, I mean, we're losing. There's 4 of us left. There's 4 of us left. And I can't even see these guys. I mean, I could fire on these guys behind us, but we're kind of screwed. Wow, that's really bizarre. I have never seen that before. I've never seen, like, lag in this game before. That's so strange. Oh, Game Boy got sunk. Well, don't worry, because I'm about to get sunk as well. Armelli, that's how I'm going to pronounce your name, sorry if I got it wrong, is saying that they're jealous that I can say I've never seen lag in a game before. Oh, I've seen lag in a game, just not in this game. And generally not these days. It's quite rare that I see lag in a game these days. Damn, that was a pretty poor game. That was a pretty poor showing for me in that ship. She's a fine ship, but I don't think I did her justice in that match at all. We never really managed to really get out there and start punching the enemy before we kind of got screwed. It was a shame. Yeah, I'm trying to think now about like lagging games. There was a time when you would often get lagging games, especially when you were playing in like early days where some people still had dial-up. So like you might be on broadband, but maybe the host of a game had dial-up or something. Or if you were playing like dedicated server stuff like Unreal Tournament and things. But I think nowadays, generally, I don't get lagging games for the most part. It can happen occasionally, but not much. I've never seen it in this game. Oh, look at that. We've improved the Farragut. Armely is saying that they're on fiber Wi-Fi and they get lag in the game. I wonder if that's because I think the way this game probably works is rather than having dedicated servers on a Microsoft data center somewhere, I suspect that the games are being hosted off of people's machines, right? Like that's kind of how that stuff usually works. That's how like it always used to work in Halo. So you would get lag if someone's internet connection wasn't that great or if they were particularly far away from you. So I'm in Europe and that doesn't necessarily tell me everything, right? Because the game might be hosted in my country, in England, but it also might be hosted in Hungary or freaking anywhere. It could be Russia even. It's funny because Russia's a huge country that's partly in Europe, partly in Asia. It depends like where they connect in terms of servers and stuff. But generally, I find my connection to a lot of big European countries, like France, for example. Don't ask me why I know this, but I have a really good connection to Paris from here, with a really low, low ping, low latency generally, to like data centers over in France and stuff. Hang on a minute. The game's doing that weird thing. Look at this. I've already unlocked this and this. Maybe it is me that's lagging, because I've already unlocked these two things. Hello, Daddy Dog 1951. Is that your birthday? 1951. But yeah, I don't believe that my internet connection is having any trouble because I'm streaming just fine. And I can always just check one little thing here. I can just check one little thing. And I'm on, cable connection to the router and stuff. No, yeah, my internet's fine. I just did a quick check and everything's running fine. If 1951 is your birthday, that makes you older than my mother. Interestingly enough. But yeah, the game's tricking me here. I've already unlocked these two things, but it's being silly and not telling me, so this is the final upgrade. I don't know. Sometimes the UI can be weirdly slow to load, and it'll do that. Weirdly enough. Anyway, I still have to get a win in a 7. Let's bring out the Cherbourg. I like the Cherbourg. I don't know about you, Daddy Dog, but I am hoping to hit 80. I'll be happy if I can get to 80. Everything after 80 is gravy, is additional joy. That's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. Oh. So where you from, Daddy Dog? I'm going to call you Dog, because it would be weird to call you Daddy, because Daddy is what I call my father. Because my father is Irish, and in Ireland you tend to call your parents Mammy and Daddy, instead of like Mum and Dad, which is more the British thing. Let's see if Game Boy showed up in this match as well. No, he did not. That's a shame. So here's a little rundown on this particular ship. This is the Cherbourg. It's a French cruiser. It's interesting because in terms of its armament, it only has these two big turrets on the front of the ship, and these are basically battleship turrets on a cruiser body. So I'm more maneuverable like a cruiser, and I'm weaker in terms of like my own protections like a cruiser, but I have battleship guns. That's basically it. She's got just a ton of secondaries on her arse, though. Look at all those guns at the back. Those are secondaries. So she's quite an interesting ship to play, this one. Especially because you can just peek out from around a rock with the bow of your ship and still have all of your guns on target. Because that's where all of your guns are, Yes, Game Boy, I do have a slight live delay. And it actually is probably a bit higher than it has to be. I don't want to go around the back of this rock. I could probably try to reduce that delay, actually. There is a stream setting. Oh, I can't change it now. For those who don't know, when you stream on YouTube, there is a stream latency option that you can pick, and it goes between normal, low latency, and ultra low. And the difference is that if you have it on like an ultra low latency, then if there's any kind of like it gets rid of buffering essentially. So if there's any issues with the connection, the viewer will get some stuttering. Whereas if you have it on like worse latency, there will be a delay in what they see on live stuff, but it won't stutter as much if there are any issues with streaming and stuff. I have it set to low latency at the moment, which is the default, but I can't change it during the stream, unfortunately. All right, so check this out. He's turning my way. 25-second reload, just like a battleship. I also just realized I've got high explosive picked. I'm going to swing the hell around. Yeah, the Lenin is telling me to fall back. You are not wrong, my friend. There are 2 battleships on me right now. I turned on my speed boost. I was rather hoping these chaps would move in a bit faster with me. Alas, I don't know if I'm going to get out of this one. I do not know if I'm going to get out of this. I've already lost half of my health. I'm on fire. I'll put my... I'll use all my crazy abilities. Why not? Use my repair, use my this, use my that. I've got my... oh, I think I crashed, actually. I'm definitely screwed if I crashed. I used my fast reload. But I think I may be firing on a guy who isn't even playing the game. My only hope here is that I can get behind cover. Oh wow, who's torpedoing me? No, this torpedo's got me. This torpedo's got me, unfortunately, and there's nothing I can do. I'm just going to sink with the flooding. That's really unfortunate. So let's have a look at the map for a moment and think about what happened there. I headed up into D, and I headed up into D on the right-hand side here, and there was a cruiser with me and a battleship, but I was much faster than them, and I headed into D before them. And then suddenly 2 battleships and a cruiser appeared, and there was nowhere I could go. There was nowhere I could hide. I maybe should have gone with my original guts and gone behind that big island on the edge of the map. I just didn't want to be that guy that was like on the very edge of the map, you know what I mean? So I went for it a little bit more than perhaps I should have done. Especially given that I was in a cruiser that didn't have any kind of smoke or anything. USA, whereabouts in the USA are you? I spent some time in California myself. That's the only part of the USA I've visited so far. I loved it. I loved the weather. Oh, shorts weather every day, all the time. Ohio. That's where Captain Kirk's from. Yeah. What was it he said in Star Trek: The Voyage Home, when the lady, you know, that was the one where they traveled back in time to California. Actually, they went to San Francisco to find a pair of humpback whales named George and Gracie, and the woman, the marine biologist, she asked him like, oh, are you from space? And he says no, I'm from Ohio. I just work in space. Oh. Anyway, yeah, you can tell I'm single, right? Man, The Voyage Home was such a fun film. You know something that I only realized when someone pointed it out is Star Trek: The Voyage Home didn't have a bad guy. Right? I mean, you could almost argue the first film didn't either, because it had V'Ger, and V'Ger was like not really a bad guy, just a misunderstood entity. But like Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, Khan was the bad guy, right? So that's simple enough. And The Search for Spock, Star Trek 3 had Christopher Lloyd, right, as that kind of the Klingon guy that wanted Genesis. Genesis, I want it. And yeah, but like The Voyage Home, there wasn't a bad guy. It was another kind of space probe misunderstanding, like the first film, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. That just occurred to me at one point for some reason. Oh, another Iowa. I wonder if Game Boy got into this match. No. Although a lot of guys on our side are in teams. We have one team of 3 and one team of 2, and the other team have a team of 3. Oh, you always know it's dangerous when they're in a clan together. All right, I want to really slow it down here. I probably should have hit. You know what? I probably need to keep going. And you reckon this is going to hit? I don't know. I'm going to try and get behind this island here. It looks like the vast majority of their team have gone down to the other side of the map. And I have a colleague here, the Amagi, who's turning away a little bit. So hopefully she's engaging. I think I just heard her fire her guns. Yeah, she is engaging. And I did hit this guy and do a tiny amount of damage. But I really don't want to get hit amidships here. I'm really going to get hammered. Are those torpedo planes coming for me? Oh, they look like they're coming for me, don't they? Oh, that's a lot of torpedoes. Wow. 6 torpedoes in a volley. I've managed to avoid half of them, and I got hit by the other half. Okay, those torpedoes weren't that powerful, I suppose, but they scratched me a little bit. And the main thing that they did is they forced me to change course. Now, interestingly, Game Boy's saying here that that's from the Suwo, the hybrid battleship, and I do remember they just added Japanese battleships that can launch torpedo planes, right? Like those other hybrid battleships that the Americans had. So that's probably, yeah, because there isn't an aircraft carrier. So, okay, that's good to know. That's cool. Thanks for reminding me of that, Game Boy, because I forgot that was a thing. Hello. Oh, no, I think he's moving. Nah, I don't think I'm going to hit him. I think he started moving. Depends how quick he can get going. Are any of my shots going to hit? Okay, I hit him a little bit. You know, I did a few thousands worth of damage. That is another big volley of torpedoes. But that will be from a... that's from a destroyer. Hello, Suo. Just in time for another volley. Oh, he's turning away. It always makes it harder to hit them when they're turning away. I'm going to be turning hard to port here. I want to get to the other side of this island. Ah, I scratched his tower a little bit. Come on, baby. You can do it. Turn. That cruiser is firing on me now. Probably wants to set me on fire. And I also have more torpedo planes coming in, but this time I can see him coming. This time I see him coming. That's kind of weird that it seems like the torpedo planes are further away than they appear, but then suddenly torpedoes just appear out of nowhere. Now that I know that someone's launching torpedoes from a battleship, it's a little easier to avoid them. But, yeah, not ideal. Screw it. I'll use a repair. Why not? I don't love my options here. The Suo has turned to leave, which isn't ideal. It's going to make it harder to hit him. It seems like he's decided he doesn't want to really engage us and he wants to turn down and rejoin his colleagues. It's going to take me a minute to get round there. Daddy Dog says he's going to turn on the game. You never know. We may end up in a match. I have a viewer here on YouTube who managed to get into a game with me earlier. As I was saying to Game Boy when they suggested teaming up, not that I just want to shill my Discord server or anything, but what I like to do is if I'm going to play with viewers, I like to plan ahead of time and have like a particular day where it's like a, you know, a viewer, we all get together and play games and stuff. Hello, Suo. And I've also just noticed that the Amagi has turned around to leave. Like, I mean, I could turn around, but I was kind of committing to this combat here. And I don't know what the Amagi's going to do. Like, is she going to swing around? Looks like she's swinging around to press the attack now that I've asked her for help, which is very nice of her. We did just lose sight of that guy. How did we lose sight of that battleship? Where did she go? She must have just gotten out of visual range. Certainly, she can't see me. Hello, Gothic Lady Lilith. Not seen you in a little while. I'm alright. I am a little bit under the weather. You know, I'm trying to be a little more chill and a little more relaxed today. The Amagi is playing from a cell phone. Yeah, let's see. So you can generally tell if they're playing from a phone because their username is always, as you can see, it's like ID 10888, etc. And I'm amazed. I am very impressed that people are able to play from a phone and do as well as they do. It's such a handicap to have to play without physical controls and stuff, but some people are really good at it. I suspect that the I'm turning hard to starboard here. They are going to torpedo me. I suspect that I've been spotted by their destroyer because there is a destroyer moving up in this direction. Okay, I'm getting hit by 3 of these. No, they all went under me. He dropped them a bit too soon. Yeah, I'm going to swing around and possibly head straight towards the enemy destroyer. Hello, where did those torpedoes come from? Huh.
Torpedoes to port.
Okay. Yeah, we're getting a lot of torpedoes coming in
Torpedoes to port.
from a destroyer who must be here somewhere. I don't have the Yamato yet, but the Yamato is the what do you call it? The thing I'm researching. I forget the word. The whatever the word is, whatever the thing is. God, I'm getting a lot of torpedoes on me. Only so many torpedoes you can dodge in a battleship, sadly. And these ones, unlike the ones that came from that battleship, are actually powerful. Oh wow! See, this is why you don't want to get hit in the side when you're in a Iowa, because you'll get blasted. That's a good game from me. Down I go. So in the end, it was that destroyer that got me, a Jaeger, which is a good destroyer. Sadly, there was at least one destroyer that was on me there, and then there was that battleship firing torpedoes at me as well. Game Boy, yes, the Bureau project. That's the word. I couldn't remember. I am working on the Bureau project, and honestly, I've had this same Bureau project for over a year now, because I only play the game a bit every week. So let's have a look. Come on, game. I'm pressing the button. Yeah, I'm at 9 of 12. So I'm very slowly getting there. Very slowly. But one of the problems is that I don't have all of these guys, or I don't have them leveled up enough to add them to this thing, to my Bureau project, to get, to go a little quicker. I only really have, a tier 7 ship, which is what we were just playing in to try and get the daily and that. And that's my problem, is I don't have all this other stuff. So once you get high up on the Bureau projects, they start to kind of slow you down a little bit if you don't have everything else in the game unlocked already. Anyway, let me catch up on chat here. Sorry. Let's see. Lilith, you haven't played in a while since you got your favourite ship, which is Tirpitz. Indeed, the Tirpitz. I have Tirpitz as well. Fine vessel. Fine vessel. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Good times. Let's open this crate. I'm looking out of the window and it's pouring down with rain, and in a few minutes I'm going to go to the bathroom and have to walk through it. Oh, look at this! Look at this! I got a ship! I so rarely get free ships in these crates. I got a Leone. Okay, rapid reload, above average torpedo reload, stealthy, crappy guns. Well, that just sounds great for me. That's exactly what I like in a destroyer. Don't care about the guns. Stealthy torpedoes. Ooh, we're going to whip this bad boy out. Daddy Dog followed me. I appreciate it. Thank you. I do. That gets me to, I think, 62 followers. I'm one of those weird people that doesn't like odd numbers. I don't know. Is that anyone else? Anyone else like that? I don't like odd numbers. And I don't like sharp numbers. You know, like the number 1, very angular, very sharp. Whereas the number 8, curvy. I don't know. Ooh, while we're on this screen, actually, speaking of the differences between this game and World of Tanks, as we were doing earlier, because KitKat, one of the viewers here in chat, is new to this game, and they have played Tanks, and we were kind of talking about the differences between the two. One of the things I was saying is that unlike in Tanks, I have never ever run out of the in-game currency in this game. And as you can see here, I have 57.4 million silver, or whatever it's called. I've never run out of it. I've never run out, ever. It's never been a problem. I don't even look at that number. To be honest, I mean, I even have 129,000 free XP, which seems to flow so hard and, like, so smoothly and easily. Like, it just seems to... You look away for 5 minutes and suddenly you have 100,000 XP, whereas in World of Tanks, you have to scrounge for all of the free XP you can get your hands on, Anyway, Sammy once again says to run this thing as a gunboat and ignore torpedoes. I'll give it a go. Let's go have a look at that thing. Let's go have a look at it. Still not one in that 6. You never know, our team might pull it through. Alright, let's get rid of this filter. And it's a premium ship. Here it is. Let's have a look at the thing. Let's have a look. So what does it say? Difficult to aim at long distances, but the trajectory allows for effective fire from cover. Actually, that's what we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Remember that cruiser was firing on me when I was in the Iowa, and he was hitting me from behind an island, and I was saying, God, I wish I knew how to do that. And Armely in the YouTube chat was saying that some ships are just better at that than others. And actually, Armely also points out that you can play this game on a tablet and link a controller up. That's pretty cool. That's dangerous, because I could play this on the bus. That's dangerous. You don't want to tell me about that. I could play this on the go. I could play this on a break at work or something. That's dangerous. Anyway, so apparently you can do that kind of thing with this ship, from the look of it. Howitzery, as I would think of it. She's got smoke. She's got a speed boost. I could swap the smoke out for one of these kind of rapid smoke things. It's temporary, but the reload time is faster. I'll stick with regular smoke. I like regular smoke. But you never know. Let's look at the specs here. 8 seconds reload. Torpedoes, 47 seconds reload. That's not bad. Range, 11 kilometers. You know, it's no kamikaze, but what is? You can't just say things like Rizzo Commander and expect me to know what that means. What the hell is a Rizzo? Oh, wait, count the guns and I'll understand. Hang on now, let's have a look. Well, we got 2 guns on the back. We've got 2 guns in the middle. And we've got 2 guns at the... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 8 guns. Those aren't guns, right? Those are torpedo launchers. 8 guns. 8 guns and 4 torpedo launchers, I think. Who the hell is Rizzo? I'm down with the kids, but I don't know who Rizzo is. Alright, let me have a look here. I guess if I'm going to be trying to use this thing as a gunboat, I want to improve dispersion on the guns. My other options are, you know... Ooh, I get a whole bunch of different options. Rudder shift time, time to full power. I would normally say rudder shift, because if there's one thing you want to do in a destroyer, it's be as nimble as possible. Very rapidly being able to change course might be the difference between you not crashing into an island and being able to get around it and get away, or avoiding a volley of close-range torpedoes from another destroyer who you're fighting, or any number of things, you know. Game Boy asking, do I want to buy the Mystic Lantern? The Mystic Lantern being the crate thingies which are in the store. No. No, I never bother with spending money in this game, really. Like, I could get it. I've got some in-game gold stuff, but gold is worth money. Like, okay, so this is apparently, you know, it's 1/5 off, and it's 1,000 gold. So what is that? What is 1,000 gold in real money? You know? Is this where we buy the credits? It is, right? This way, yeah, this is the game credits. Where do you buy the gold? Where is that? No, it's not in premium. Where do you... Oh, doubloons, that's what they're called. See, I never buy the bloody things. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine spending £80? There's that Milwaukee for 79 pence, by the way. Let's see. Okay, so like it's slightly more than 1,000, but okay, call it £3. £3. That's not terrible as an amount of money to spend on a game. And I do occasionally throw £3 at the game, but I'm, you know, spending £3 to get this thing, which I think it's random what you get inside. It's just it's gambling in a way, really. It's loot boxing, like a chance to receive a fancy ship. A chance. You spend £3, and then you only get a chance of maybe getting something worthwhile out of it. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth spending money. Just for the possible maybe kind of chance that you might maybe possibly get something out of it. So yeah, that's my answer for that. Of course, the thing is, people who have more disposable income than I do, uh, obviously you want to choose like what you want to spend it on, right? So for me, this is silly because that's money I could spend on something else, on something more useful. But for someone with more disposable income, by all means, spend it on what you want to spend it on what you enjoy, But for me, no. That's spending £3 to have the possible, maybe kind of sort of chance of maybe getting something kind of maybe isn't worth it. I could spend that £3 on a cup of coffee or something, or I don't know, anything else. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay, Sammy's saying the winter holiday tab has 50% off ships. Considering a lot of these ships seem to cost like £30, bringing it down to £15 is still a lot. Nothing that they give you in this game, Lilith is saying, nothing they give you in this game isn't worth wasting money on. I see, yeah, that's your opinion, and that's totally fine. For me, I compare everything to how much like my electricity bill is and stuff, which is like £25 a week. So I think to myself, sometimes there'll be something on sale, like a ship in this game that might be £25 or something. And I think to myself in my head, that's how I do the comparison. I think I could buy a ship in a game, or I could have a week's worth of electricity for my house. That's how I think about it. That's how I justify things in my head. And I'll buy a video game occasionally. Like, I'll buy a whole video game for £25, but maybe not like a ship. Because, like, okay, let's have a look. 80% off doesn't sound too bad. So you were saying the winter holiday tab. We might as well have a look in here, just see what's going on. So it's all these loot boxes. Winter magic. Okay, I'm guessing these are, what do you call them? Aliases things. Oh, these are all on sale for like the coupon thingies that I think. Do you unlock these? Where do you get these coupon things from? You probably. Oh, Christmas coupons. It says it right here. Wait, hang on. But you buy a Christmas coupon for coupons. Where do you get the coupons from? Merry tokens. That's some Christmassy thing, I guess. Where are the ships? They're in here. They're in here. See, like this isn't so bad. Like, you get actual ship. You get 4 ships for 500 gold. That would be fine. Because we just discussed that that's like maybe like £2 or like £1, £2. That's fine. That's totally fine. I would do that. I might even get that little bundle right there. I might do that. But like, if you really worked out like almost 9,000 gold, and you work out what that is in real money, that's a fair amount of money right there. But these little bundle thingies here, if it barely costs anything. So yeah, okay, we've got Armely here saying these bundles are far worse than I'm thinking. But see, okay, so if we read it, this random bundle offers a chance to get a premium ship. Ah, okay. Yeah, so this is still just gambling. You don't actually definitely get a ship. You just might maybe get something. Again, no. If it were actually 4 ships for 500, like it says right here, I would totally go for it. But if it's just gambling and you just like, oh, you might get a thing. No, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. Anyway. Yeah, okay, cool. So the moral of the story is always read the fine print and, I don't know, spend money on what you want to spend money on. Game Boy asking, did I buy the Mystic Lantern from the Christmas tokens? No. I have some of these token things, and I'm not entirely sure what to do with them besides, I guess, buy the thingy that you were just talking about. I have 8,000 of them, apparently. So I guess I should spend them on something, because they're just tokens that are probably going to go away. I'm guessing I can only spend them in this tab, so I could get this. Is there anything worth saving up for? Where do I even... If I had 6,000, apparently I could get some paint for a ship I don't have yet. But that'd be kind of cool, because then once I unlock the Yamato, I could apply this camo. That'd be cool. I don't have any of these ships. But it would kind of be cool. I do have the New York, I think. Got some Santa people. This is reasonably cheap. How many coupons do I actually have? Oh, I can actually buy these. Oh, I've got 8,000. Hang on, I've got 8,000. I can actually buy one of these things. Sammy telling me to get the lanterns. But aren't the lanterns basically randomized loot boxes where you might not get anything good? These things, these lantern things. Like, yeah, I could get this. Open it for a chance to maybe receive something. It says there's a guaranteed reward system active, but then I'd have to go to a website in my web browser. Visit the web page to learn more. No, thank you. You get 3 of them max. So wait. Okay. Let me catch up with chat on both sides here. Amelie says if you do the campaign and the marathon and you get 10,000, you can get the coupon and apply it to one of the ships. Man, this is already sounding very complex. Like, I don't even bother using coupons when I go grocery shopping. It's too complicated. You can get the coupon and apply it to one of the ships that are already on sale and reduce it in price to a price that you can afford. Blah, 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 blah. And then, okay, Sammy, here's a question. You're saying I can only buy 3 of these. That's true. I see bundle purchase limit 3. Does that mean that if I got 3 of these, I would be guaranteed to get one of these fancy ships or something? Because it doesn't seem that way. It seems like I can buy 3 of these and I still might get essentially nothing out of it. Yeah, okay, you're saying no, Amelie's saying no. So again, why would I waste the Christmassy Santa tokens on a random chance to get something when I could actually get something like, I don't know, like this cat or this dude with a Christmas tree? Like, I could actually get these and I would actually have them, which would be cool because I think these are guises and I only have 2 or 3 guises in the game period, so having more would be cool. These are guises, so having extra guises would kind of be cool because I only have 2 or 3 of them at the moment in the game, so I'd kind of be into that. And these guises as well, commander guys. Oh, but only compatible with certain commanders. Okay, so yeah, like these things as well would be cool. Yeah, so I probably will pick one of these up. Oh. Well, we got there in the end. Or even commendations. Wow. Because normally you can't buy commendations. Normally there's no way to get these. So honestly, maybe I should just get commendations. Because I can never get my hands on commendations, ever. And here they are literally available, essentially, well, for free. Because I've got Santa tokens. Very tempting. How many of them can you get? 3. Well, that's tempting. It's very tempting. Okay, Game Boy is saying get the lantern, it's worth it. But why is it worth it? Why? What do you get out of it that's so amazing? What is the guaranteed reward from the lantern that is actually worth getting? That's my question. Because if we look at this thing, it doesn't really tell you what you're getting out of it. It says that there's a guaranteed reward system, but you'd have to go to a website to find out what it even is. So yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, like you got the Aki, you got lucky and got the ship, but there's no. I don't know what the percentage chance of getting it is. It could be 50%, in which case that would be totally worth it to give it a go. But if it's like 0.01%, it's not worth it, you know. So without knowing what the it's a shame that I'm not in Europe anymore, the European Union, because I'm sure that there's some law that says you have to state your, drop tables, your percentage chances for everything. That's probably what the website is for. They probably don't want to show it you in the game, but they have to legally display it somewhere, so they probably show it on a website. Alright, I'm going to get one of these crates. I'm going to get one. We've talked about it for long enough. Check it out, I'm gambling. Go and actually look at the thing now. Seeing as we've discussed it for so long, I might as well get one. They're essentially free. I didn't spend any money on the Santa tokens. Oh, I got a ship. Oh, look at that. New Orleans winter. What are the odds? Remember, kids, it's cool to gamble. You'll always get something good first try. All right, so I do have to thank everyone recommending that I get this thing because I just got a random thing out of it. Although I wouldn't necessarily recommend other people do it because, I mean, you might never get something good. Okay, sticky shot, reduced ricochet chances. Okay, more chance of penetration, agile, and one of those slugger shots again, which is the second time today I've seen that. I've not seen that before. Well, we're going to have to take the New Orleans out. But I am really curious to look at some of this other stuff. What is it? Not that stuff. The Winter Holidays tab. Oh, where was I? Here we are. Winter Magic. What if I got another one? I mean, I've got enough space tokens. I've got a lot of tokens. It would be what, 2,500, 765, 4,000. Then how much of these? Well, these guises. I wouldn't be able to buy one of these guises if I got another 2 of them. All right. I don't want to spend too long on this because I'm sure people who are watching kind of want to see someone play the game. But I'm curious what these guys sound like. How do I play his little sound effects? Oh, here we are.
Nice work out there, team. That's the way to do it. Understood. Affirmative. Give me intel. Where's our enemy? You've earned my thanks.
This guy's boring. I want to hear what the cat has to say. Okay. Interesting. Go on. I see. So I'm not a big cat fan in general. But that aside, the reason I actually have a commander that's like an anime girl called Yamato, I think, or something. Whatever she is. She's one of those commanders from the anime pack. And I never use her because she doesn't speak in English. And I find it very useful to hear what the commanders and people have to say in the match. You know, I find it useful to be able to hear what they're trying to communicate verbally. And so having a commander that doesn't speak in your language, I find quite tricky to deal with. So I wouldn't get this cat because if I'm trying to say something and it comes out as a purr or something, that's not particularly helpful for me. Jesus, it sounds like someone just stepped on it. Oh, cool though, but God, I'm a little bit annoyed today at cats. Normally I could go either way on cats, but today a cat came into my garden and tried to kill the robin that was on my bird table. I hate that cat. That cat keeps coming in. That cat's already come in and killed a dunnock on my bird table in the past. And I was very angry this morning. Not at the cat, because the cat's just doing what comes natural to it, but it's the cat's owner that allows it to... Oh. Anyway, the point is, I'm in a particularly bad mood today when it comes to cats. So I will not be getting Unfreezable Sam. And also because the cat isn't speaking English. Like, he should be like Khajiit. You know, if I have coin, he has wares. Man, if they added a Khajiit commander to this game, I'd throw money at it. Oh. Yeah, that's the problem. You are right, Sammy. There are a lot of cats here. But the thing that people don't realise is that cats are an invasive species. And they decimate local habitats. Especially because people just let their cats roam. It's the way it is, unfortunately. It's one of those things where it's the way it's been for a very long time, and so people just see it as normal. But if we started to do that with dogs, for example, if we allowed our pet dogs to roam the neighborhood, and if I released my dog into my neighbor's garden to just do whatever he wanted, my neighbor would be livid. But if I did that with my cat, totally okay. So it's interesting societally how we view kind of the same thing from different directions. And in many ways, the dog is less of a problem than a cat is in a garden, because the cats come into my garden, they kill the lovely birds that we like to watch, and we have a little webcam, we watch the birds and we follow them. Like that dunnock that got killed, we followed it all year round and we saw its chicks, and we really liked that bird. Then the cat came in and killed it, you know. The cat also peed in the bird table and then tried to bury it in bird seed. That was annoying. Anyway, it's not the cat's fault, really. It's just a fact of life. It's just the way it is. So I'm not a big cat fan particularly, but it's not the cat's fault. But they are an invasive species that is a problem. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. A bit like how we introduced rabbits to Australia, and then they became a bit of an ecological disaster down there, and there's rabbits everywhere down there now because they breed like rabbits. All right, you know what? I'm going to come back to all of this stuff another day because this ain't going anywhere. I want to maybe sit down off stream and decide what I want to buy. Do I want to buy Mr. Scrooge? Do I want to buy this weird looking fella? Or the lady of, like, I don't know. But you guys don't want to just sit here listening to me complain about cats looking at the store. You probably want to actually see me play the games. So, Game Boy really wants me to buy the lantern. You know what? I'll buy another one, seeing as we're here. I'll get another one. Why not? Because we were just looking at them. Screw it. Who knows? Maybe I'll get another amazing thing. Or maybe I won't. Who could say? I got this box as well. How many box? What do you get in the boxes? Oh, it's just a chance to maybe get something. Screw it. Alright, screw it. Whatever. Far be it from me to be a humbug. I'm not going to buy every single one of them because you can buy 3 of each. But screw it. Let's just get 1 or 2 of these and see what's in them. Because who cares? If it were for gold, if it were for doubloons, great. I got a tiny amount of camouflage that I can't do anything with. Brilliant. It was like, you need at least 12 camo to permanently apply a camo, so that's just kind of useless. And what's in this? Oh, you know what? That's kind of cool. 10 days of premium. That actually saves me a little bit of real world money. I'm happy with that. That's not bad. That's not bad. Granted, after today, I'm not going to be playing the game again for a week. But that saves me actual physical money. I like that. I would have rather had a ship, but yeah, Game Boy is a bad influence. Okay, what's Sammy been saying? Cats on the street where you are generally homeless. Cats kill billions of birds worldwide annually. Cats are extremely clean, dogs not so much. But at the same time, the streets would be full of rats without so many cats out and about. See, that's the thing. I get a rat that comes into my garden, and the local cats are useless. The one thing that you would want them to do, which is hunt the rats, useless. I think they're too well fed by their owners. Okay, hang on. Because they never go after the rats, and I have to be the one that goes after the rats. Let's see. It's a destroyer. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to put this guy on. I guess. Just some random dude. I don't have a lot of Italian anything, really, I guess. The Mystic Chest has a chance to get 100,000 doubloons. Well, that would keep me going for a very long time. Certainly would. Let's put a flag on this thing. I don't know what. Something that looks vaguely Christmassy. Go. Yeah, I suppose cats are clean. I mean, you're right, you know. You're right. I'm mainly thinking about, like, dog muck versus cat muck, I suppose. But yeah, the muck thing isn't the big issue. And, of course, dogs will chew up things, and cats tend not to chew up things. So there is that. But yeah. Yeah. It's the age-old question. Do you prefer dogs or cats? You know? I don't know. I don't mind either. I just wish local cats wouldn't come into my garden and destroy things. Let's have a look here. So here we have Game Boy, who's in my YouTube chat, is in this match in a Warspite on my team, coincidentally. Let's see how this goes. So Sammy says that this ship is one of their most played ships, which that's saying a lot from you because you've played a lot of this game. So you were telling me I should use this like a gunboat. Interesting. Interesting. What's my torpedo range? 11. I'll give it a go. Of course I'll try. Tell you what I'll do is I will yeah, that's our buddy back there. Just behind me. The Warspite. Game Boy 2Dad348 in the Philippines. I'm gonna park behind this island and try and capture C and then see what happens. I went and put a torpedo commander on it. I just put the only destroyer guy I had leveled up on it. I never even looked at him. But yeah, maybe I should actually... Again, maybe something I'll do between now and next stream instead of taking up everyone's time watching me like apply commanders and sit around for ages. I'll do that off stream. I'll try and get a better commander on this guy out of the very small number I have available. Alright, so they're capturing C, and we know that they're over there behind this island somewhere, in that direction. So I could just go out and try shooting them, I guess. Oh, Sammy enjoys seeing the builds. Ooh. What do I do here? That's the question. Do I just go out guns a-blazing against 2 cruisers and a destroyer? Wow, that guy didn't do the best torpedo volley. Alright. Well, I'm parked here contesting C at least until my team catch up. I do have a friendly cruiser here. Where's he gone? He's right behind me. And I do have the Warspite, who I generally want to protect. Warspite is the viewer. Okay. Alright, let's get the engines going here. And I'm told I'm supposed to use my guns. So, guns ahoy. Not the best shot. Let's piss this guy off a bit. Surely he's not actually going to drive all the way over there. Why is he going so slow? Alright, these guns are doing alright. He's doing alright as well, mind you. He's fired a bunch of torpedoes at me. He's fired so many torpedoes at me. Let us see if we can avoid them. Oh, I'm really trying to... Oh, no, he got me. He got me. Maybe that's why. You remember I said it was a bit weird how he was kind of maneuvering slowly, kind of in a straight line there. Maybe that was when he was lining up a torpedo shot on me. Maybe that's what he was doing, because he wasn't shooting at me for a while. He was just kind of driving, doing very little. But yeah, that is my usual experience. If I reveal myself to the Jedi in a destroyer, I just get shot. I just get blasted so quickly. Unfortunately. Well, sorry, Game Boy. You'll be fine. You've got the whole team here with you, practically. You've got another 4 guys to help you out, so I think you'll be all right. Unless you're not, because there's another destroyer over there shooting at you. But good luck to you. If someone can come in and lay smoke for him, he'll be fine. Yeah, the problem, as he says, the problem is he can't see half of his enemies. He's got a destroyer over there. He's got a destroyer over here that's shooting at him. Really bold destroyer, sat on our side of the map, firing at the Warspite. Looks like our Awuba is hunting him down now, though, and there he is. What is that? Is that Polish? Blyce Kawisa. I don't know. I'm bad with words. Anyway. I can change the language and the sound from the settings. Yeah, you can change it to be local languages, so that when people pick certain commanders and stuff, you'll hear them in their local languages. But of course, then they're not speaking English, and I like to be able to hear what they're saying. But when it comes to that commander specifically, like I was talking about that Japanese commander that speaks in Japanese. I don't think you can make her speak in English. I literally think that she doesn't have an English VO available. It's this girl, I guess. We'll see her in a minute. Can we make her talk? Oh no, it's not. Is it not her? God, see, the thing is, she's got a. Oh, it's Yamato. Here we go. Yeah, so it's this woman. Can I make her talk? Can I make her voice come out? These are the only guises I have, by the way, which is why I thought it would be cool to get another guise. Can I make her speak? No, I don't think I can. But she speaks in Japanese, and I don't think there's any way to make her speak in English. So I don't ever use her, is my answer. Right. I said I was going to go to the bathroom, and then I forgot to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to go to the bathroom. I will be back in about 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Hello. Okay, let's see. Sammy says that you sent me the Rizzo build for future reference. Where did you send me that? Because I don't think you're on the Discord, are you? Did you send it as an Xbox message? You know, I always forget that I can get messages that way, and I never check them. Yes, you probably sent it on the Xbox thingy. Well, you know what? Let's have a look, because that was for... oh, let me bring up the YouTube chat as well. I don't want to forget you guys. So weird. I've never had YouTube viewers before. It's the first time for everything. Okay, so that was for... Oh, here we go. We got the Rizzo. Honestly, when you were saying Rizzo, I just thought, is that like a pop singer? Is that someone I don't know about? But no. I mean, unless Luigi Rizzo is a pop singer I'm not familiar with. What is this? The Great Escape. Oh, okay, that's like an engine thing. All right, anyway. Let me have a look. I'm gonna seeing as we're screwing around today, having fun and being silly and looking at these pages and mythic boxes and things, let me pull up my Xbox messages. I have to pull up the app on the PC, and then you pull up the thing, and now I've got my messages. There they are. And apparently, Sammy sent me a message 17 days ago that I never saw, telling me that I can redeem a free crate from the store. Well, I appreciate it. I don't have any newer messages from you, Sammy. The most recent message I have from you on Xbox was 17 days ago, telling me about a crate. Oh, I'm sorry, Game Boy, you lost that match. Yeah, that sucks. That's because, I wasn't there. All right. Well, you know what? Let's at least unlock some of this stuff. If I'm apparently supposed to use this guy on that ship, right? Because he's a destroyer guy. Let's at least unlock some of his stuff. Why not? Let's at least, I don't know. Yeah, let's at least get to 7, right? And let's see if I want to turn that ship I just got in that crate thingy, if I want to turn that into a gun ship, I probably don't care so much about torpedo damage, right? Detectability might be good, but if I'm shooting at the enemy, who cares? They're going to see me anyway, right? Oh yeah, don't you worry, Sammy. I usually just level up one guy and use them for everything. Yes, I definitely don't have any more messages from you, Sammy. That's weird. So anyway, health points is always good. So I could get health points. Battleship isn't going to be useful. Battleship, cruiser, battleship. I mean, maximum movement speed, but it's only 1%. Yeah, no, Sammy. I just checked my Xbox messages, and if you mean that you sent me a literal, message on Xbox, not but like an actual text message, the last text message I have from you was 17 days ago where you were talking about logging into the game store. Oh, a screenshot. That might not show up in my... Where would I even see a screenshot? I didn't even know you can send screenshots to people. Oh wait, hang on. Sammy sent an image. It just popped up. Just now, literally. I think it probably had to upload from your Xbox or something. Oh my god, come on. This Xbox app is awful. Alright, I can see it now. Oh god. Okay, so your inspirations are some random... I don't even know. It's an anime cat girl and some guy that dyes his hair. I couldn't tell you which commanders they even are. I think those are probably... Are those your guises, or are they real commanders? But at least I can set some of this stuff. So you would say 2, 2, 3, this one, and I don't necessarily want to waste a commendation on some random dude, but what do I get? Screw it. Let's get it. Why not? Who cares? Alright, so that only leaves this inspiration, because I think I'd have to get another 4 levels to get the next inspiration. And that's a lot of insignia thingies, you know? I'll do it. Who cares? Who cares? I'll get more anyway. Alright, so let's see. Those are premium commanders. Yeah, so I don't know. What should I be going for here then? Eric Bay and whoever Swirsky is. Do I even have Swirsky? I definitely have Bay. But do I have someone called Swirsky in here? The name doesn't ring a bell. No, I don't see anyone called Swirsky. Concealment, as I can't build into reload. But what's the point of concealment? Because when I shoot my guns, they're going to see me anyway. So I'm not going to be concealed anymore. Alright, yeah, I don't have anyone called Swirsky. I've not played much of the European stuff in general. Sammy saying that Swirsky is European. So, normally I would go like torpedo damage or something. I might just go for Sims here. Just extra health points. My general go-to when I'm not sure what I want to go for is just, screw it, extra health, right? To close the range and when retreating. Yeah, you're not wrong, Sammy. You are not wrong. You're not wrong. I appreciate that. Sims will do. Don't let him hear you say that. Alright, so what did I actually pick here? I picked better reload time, but worse rudder. That's fine. I think I upgraded my rudder earlier anyway. More detectable, but slightly more damage on the guns. Better reload time. Better engine boost time, but my smoke doesn't last so long. And then, of course, you know, better engine repair time and allows for reduced mobility. What does this mean? Allows for reduced mobility with a disabled engine and/or rudder. What does that mean? If my engine's been disabled, do I keep moving? Just slower? Huh. I think that's what that means, right? I'll still be able to get away. Yeah, okay, so it means that if my engines are destroyed, they're not actually completely destroyed. I can keep moving. I didn't even know that was a thing. All right, Rizzo. Come on, Rizzo. We're gonna take you out. Thank you, Armely, for confirming that. Oh, all right. You know what else I could do? Because I never use these boosters and stuff. So I have like 500 boosters that give me extra movement speed. I might as well throw one on, right? Might as well. I never use them. It's not the link I wanted. For those of you on YouTube, by the way, no pressure on need or anything, but there's my Twitch link. If you ever want to follow me on there, it helps. But no problem if you just want to watch on YouTube. That's why I'm putting it out everywhere. Did I not put Rizzo on? Oh, well. Oh, well. You're right. I just realized I didn't. I just kind of whipped him out, didn't I? All right. Well, we'll have another match without Rizzo. I can't believe he's called Rizzo. I mean, he sounds like a DJ or something, right? All right. I tell you what I'm going to do. Would it be really stupid of me to go through the middle of this map? Yeah. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. Yeah. So you're saying I should? Sammy's telling me that I should definitely go through the middle of the map. Good. I do like going through the middle of the map. It's always a bit silly, and I think in a destroyer I'm probably going to get slaughtered, especially if no one comes with me. But it can be silly fun, can't it? It can be such silly fun to do that. I can't not. Yeah, like Sammy says, like, why not YOLO, you know? Oh, thanks for the follow, Amelie. I really do appreciate it. That gets me to, I think, 63. When I eventually get to 100, which I think will be like at the slow trickle, it's going to be months, right? But when I get to 100, what I was thinking of doing is doing a stream where I just read from a book, which, trust me, it'll be more interested than it sounds, because I have a couple of interesting books that are like naval themed, and the one I was thinking of pulling out is a history of the service of the HMS Prince of Wales, which was a battleship during World War II, and it's a retelling of the time of a young officer on board who was in charge of the guns on the port side, if I recall. And anyway, the ship was only afloat for 2 years, and it saw quite a lot of interesting things happen. It's not a very long book, so I could probably read the whole thing in one just kind of relaxed stream, you know. They carried Churchill on a secret meeting to the USA to meet the US president. They were there when they engaged Bismarck in the Denmark Strait. And eventually, spoilers I suppose, but eventually they were sunk by Japanese torpedo planes in Asia. So that ship got around. And I don't know, I just thought it'd be nice as a little special thing, something different. I could just whip the book out. I'm not sure what to do here. I've got 3 battleships here. I probably should have laid my smoke way sooner. But I've got a couple of battleships here. And I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I mean, I could just drive out like a crazy person, obviously. As Game Boy points out, the wreck is down in Singapore. It was a terrible shame. Oh, hello. Maybe don't reverse. It was a terrible shame to see any ship, because a ship like that. Oh wow, they really don't like me. I think that might have been one of those torpedo planes coming from one of those battleships. Just judging by the way it dropped those torpedoes. Problem is, I have no idea where the enemy is. No idea at all. I'm kind of just pissing around here for funsies. Just trying something different. It's such a shame when any ship gets sunk. Because it's like, you know, hundreds if not thousands of people worked on it, designed it, planned it, put every single rivet in, and then just to see it sunk. It's such a shame to see any kind of... anything that people come together to build. It's kind of like a building that just gets knocked down. I don't know. It feels sad for some reason. Alright, I don't really know what to do here. What's my torpedo reload time? 10 seconds? I'm just going to say screw it. I'm just going to drive out at the enemy, and they're going to sink me. Who cares? Let's just have a good time. Let's just piss around. Alright. So, hello, Icy? I've never seen that battleship before. What's an ice? The hell's an ice? They don't like it. They don't like me coming over to them. He's planning on shooting at me. You reckon I'll get him? They've taken out my steering. Joke's on them, I wanted to come in this direction. Woo! I really want to get to broadside this guy. Alright, he's going to change course now that he sees that I've launched torpedoes. God, I get a pathetic 2 torpedoes. That's not great. Wow, this thing turns like crap. Is this how quick this destroyer turns? Come on, let's swing it around, baby. Come on. Alright. Oh, see, it swung around so slow I didn't even get my second volley off, and it would have hit as well. I was lined up perfectly to get a shot on him. Jesus, it turns like a bus. Alright. Let me read the chat. Oh, that Yoshino light cruiser, have a guess, the max torpedo range with a meme build. Maximum range, I don't know. 16 kilometers? I usually don't look at how far torpedoes go. I know I should, but at some point, once it gets out to like 11 or something, it's so hard to hit an enemy that far away because they have such a long time to potentially change course between you launching and hitting. So there's like a sweet spot, which is usually around 8 or 9 kilometers for me. 25 kilometers? I mean, Jesus. What are the odds that the ship you fire at from 25 kilometers away is going to still be in the same country by the time your torpedoes get there? That's impressive. Yeah. Oh, well, that was silly. What's even worse is that match is going to go on for a while now. It seems like the majority of my team just stayed on the other side of the map and kind of stayed near spawn. Just kind of hung out back here. And as such, not many people have died yet. Oh well. Alright. Back to something a bit more normal. I don't know what. Ooh, you know, we've not brought the Fuso out today. God, by the way, it's pouring down with rain. When I went to the bathroom earlier, I had to walk through the rain. I'm in a very relaxing, well appointed, as Dwarf Fortress would say, shed. I'm essentially in a garden shed. I've done it up. It's very nice. It's got a carpet. It's got a sofa and everything. It's very nice, but it is a shed, and so I have to walk through the garden to get to the house to go to the bathroom, and it is absolutely hammering it down outside. By the way, I know I say this every stream, probably multiple times a stream, but it's really nice to have people come in and have a little chat and say hello. So I appreciate it, you know, like Kit Kat and Amelie and Game Boy and Sammy and everyone else. And Lilith came in earlier. It's nice. Even if people just come in to say hello for 5 minutes. Tia was here earlier as well. It's lovely. It really is. I appreciate it. Right. This is one of those relatively new maps, I think, or at least it feels new. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I've done it in the Fuso before. You see this line of islands here, that one, and that one. If I point my guns to the port side and I drive, like on the other side, on like the north side of B, if you're looking at the minimap, if I'm driving along the map up there, I can shoot between the islands and kind of every time I pass an island, I'll have reloaded for another volley, and it keeps me in relative cover. And I'm noticing that a lot of my team are going in the opposite direction, so I might be able to assist. Like, you've got a battleship and a cruiser over here who are kind of on their own, because if you look on my side, all of my colleagues are going the opposite way. Now, that kind of leaves me out here on my own, and indeed I'm getting torpedoed by the enemy aircraft carrier. Doesn't like me. I am turning hard to starboard, but there's not really a lot I can do. I'm just going to eat these torpedoes. It does leave me in the middle of the map, kind of on my own. But, I don't know, man. I feel very confident, don't I? Yes, they are abandoning me on B. You're right. Everyone's abandoned. I mean, I could possibly highlight the middle, but at this point there is not really much that can be done. Their aircraft carrier seems to now be focusing on our aircraft carrier with a couple of them torpedoes, which is good, but I think he'll be back. So, we are just going to drive straight through here and just hit what we can hit, which it probably isn't going to be all that much. What do you think? The Congo's really moving. Did I fire far enough ahead? Because he's really booking it. I feel like maybe I fired, yeah, more or less decent shot. And we have the Congo, another cruiser. We have a destroyer. And if we ever do make it to A, which I'm not sure we will, look at the torpedo planes coming in. Is he trying to torpedo me from there? How's he going to manage that? Ooh, unless he launches his planes over the island and then drops on me. I'm trying to turn inwards, but I don't think it's going to work. Those look like they'll hit. Yeah, I wasn't sure how he was going to hit me from back there, but he kind of started, his planes started their dive behind the island, but of course that's just a graphical thing. Yeah, there's not much I can do. Anyway, as I was saying, by the time I'm out of this little gap here, my guns are reloaded, so I can kind of do that again. And maybe hit the Congo again. I don't think I want to hit the Congo. There's a cruiser here somewhere. Can I hit the cruiser? She's really booking it. What do you think? You think I'll be able to hit her? She's really moving. I don't know if I got my shots off in time. Oh, I did. That was a pretty decent shot. Okay. Just about hit her, though. You reckon the aircraft carrier will want me again? My colleague over here in the Mutsu has lost his cruiser assistance, and it's now just him against a Higua and God knows what else down there. I don't expect to survive this. Look at my entire team have parked their arse in C. You can't see most of them now, but they're down there. Look on the minimap here. You can see 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and is that a battleship? All just kind of hanging out in C. And the rest of the map is just me, this Mutsu, and an aircraft carrier that we have back there. So I don't like our chances, frankly. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, once I get to 100 followers eventually, I thought it would be a nice little treat if we sat down and I, you know, had a little stream where we just made a pot of tea, just read through that book. It is genuinely interesting.
Right. There goes the turret again.
For a variety of reasons. I mean, obviously for the military engagements that they find themselves in, but also just like life on board the ship. I remember one little tidbit that I thought was particularly fun, and I mentioned this same thing on a previous stream. Do you think I can hit this destroyer? Just a wide spread of random shots. Are any of them going to hit? One of them did. I incapacitated a gun. Great. Yeah, one of the little tidbits that I particularly enjoyed... Oh, screw it. I'm just going to keep moving here. I mean, I could turn around. Should I turn around? Screw it. I don't think this will help, but I will try turning around. Yes, I'll finish my thought. One of the little tidbits that I remember from that book was when they went on this secret trip to the USA to bring Churchill for a face-to-face meeting with the US president. It was like a little fleet, a little task group, and Churchill was on the Prince of Wales. And so you got a couple of stories about when this officer would run into Churchill in the corridor and like what he thought of the man and so on. But I thought the really interesting part is the fact that once they got to New York, which is where the meeting was taking place, the U.S. Navy and the British task force that had ferried Churchill there were allowed to kind of intermingle and visit each other's ships. You know, like a cultural exchange, I suppose. And at the time, the U.S. Navy had a no alcohol on the ships rule, right? They were a dry navy, as you would say, whereas the British Navy was not. And the American sailors had a really good time coming over to the Prince of Wales and the other British ships and drinking all of their booze. They had a great old time of it. I thought that was a fun little tidbit. When am I live streaming from the Belfast and the Tank Museum? You know, I was just saying to my good friend, the guy that got me into this game and tanks, that we should really visit the Tank Museum this year because neither of us have ever been. It's down south and it's not tricky to get to necessarily, but the trains but yeah, I totally want to go and visit the Tank Museum at some point. Game Boy, what are you saying here? Game Boy says, do I know what the Yamato's sister ship Musashi sunk in the Philippines? Oh, did I know that it sank there? No, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about where those ships went down. No, but it makes sense. I mean, it makes a lot of sense that there would have been a whole lot of action and a whole lot of wrecks around the Philippines, yeah. And again, so sad in a way. It's like Bismarck. Obviously, they were our enemy, and the more enemy ships sunk, the better. But there's something kind of sad about a brand new ship that gets sunk before it can ever really, get out there and do anything. It's sad. It belongs in a museum, as Indiana Jones would say. I'd rather see these ships in museums. Imagine being one of the people who worked on one of those ships, slaving away every day in the heat and the oppressive atmosphere of riveting the inner hull of one of those ships, between the inner and outer hull. You're in tight quarters, it's dark, it's hot, it's smelly, you're riveting. You give so much of your blood, sweat and tears to building a ship, and the first time it sails out, it's immediately sunk. There's something sad about that. The biggest naval battle, as Game Boy points out. I always I'm a bit of a, what do you call it? A glutton for things like Jutland. Jutland is an interesting one for me, but of course it is. It's the British Navy, I suppose. That's one of the interesting engagements. Kind of a blue balls of an engagement in a way, not to be crass, but it was a bit of a, would you even call Jutland a Pyrrhic victory? Basically, the British Navy had the opportunity to deal the German High Seas Fleet a particularly decisive blow and kind of fumbled it. It was the way it went. So whenever you read about it, you kind of think oh, come on, just do it, but then this goes wrong and that goes wrong, and BT makes this decision and that decision, and it all kind of doesn't pan out. It's a shame. Right, what am I whipping out here? What am I doing? What did I just take out? I just took out the Fuso. This is my memory. I don't have a clue half the time what's going on. Should we try the Emerald? It's been a while since I pulled the Emerald out. I like him. I like the Emerald. I like the for attacker as well. I saw that in the list. Yeah, I want to visit that tank museum. I do. Manchester has some, Manchester where I am, for those who don't know, has some good museums. Obviously, you've got the University of Manchester Museum, like Manchester Museum, which is where you would go if you want to see, Egyptian mummies and all that kind of stuff. But you also have the Science and Industry Museum. The Science and Industry Museum, or the MOSI, as we call it, which is, Manchester is kind of the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution in many ways. And so there's a lot of history here. It's not just about this city, but it's generally about the Industrial Revolution. It's about, well, it's science and industry, you know. So there's the point is, the point I was getting at is there's an entire building that's full of steam machinery. So it's a lot of like actual machinery stuff that used to do stuff in factories and all kinds of things. But it's also, we got big old steam trains and steam engines and things, and you can walk around them. Some of that stuff is running. Some of the machinery is running. It's not doing anything. It's not doing any work anymore, obviously, but they get it running so that you can see it, you know, doing its thing and moving up and down and all the gears moving and things, and you get an idea of how it would have moved when it was functioning. And it's a really interesting place to visit. Bring the kids as well. There's a whole floor just for kids, and a lot of interesting stuff that the kids can interact with. It's fun for the whole family. And they've just finished a renovation as well. They did up a bunch of their buildings and a bunch of their rooms and stuff. So a bunch of the Science and Industry Museum was closed for a couple of years, but as of this summer, it's open again. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to come down and help these guys out. I don't know... oh, look. Look at this. You know what? I'm tempted here. The problem is that Game Boy is this ship here. One of my viewers on YouTube is the enemy ship that we're about to engage. So I guess I'm just going to trust him to not look at the stream. Doesn't really matter. It's only a game. The thing is, if you do cheat, you'll always know. That's the thing. You only really have to answer to yourself and your own conscience in life. At the end of the day, it's just a video game. But I'll tell you what, because I'm sporting, I won't engage you. I'll engage the California behind you, but I won't shoot at you. And to be honest, there's freaking 3 battleships here. I kind of don't want to engage any of them. I kind of want to run away, to be honest. I cannot. I'm in a little Emerald. I'm in a little cruiser. I can't fight 3 battleships. Oh, look at that. I got insta-killed by the California. Well, there you go. That's kind of unfortunate, but that's kind of... I was about to turn around, lay some smoke, and just run away. And if you look at the minimap, there were 3 friendly battleships kind of in the area coming to help. I was going to get some space between me and the enemy fleet, allow the battleships to take the brunt of the combat, and then maybe swing around, do some torpedo volleys, set some guys on fire. That was the big plan. And here's our YouTube viewer, Game Boy, doing his thing. So here's the question, Game Boy. I know you're in the game at the moment, so you can't like type a response. But if you're in the Philippines, how are we getting in the same matches? Because I'm on the European servers. Or maybe do they not have servers over there? So the European servers are the closest servers to your region or something? You can manually choose servers. So it's possible that Game Boy just chose the European servers so that we might get, you know, put together, which is fair enough. But yeah. Alright. Alright, let's quit out of this match. Ooh, we're 3 hours in. I'll be wrapping up pretty soon. Oh, this has been a really nice stream. Oh, you know, I almost forgot. Daddy Dog was here earlier in Van City. I'm sorry, when I was reading out everyone's names, I forgot you guys. It's really nice to have people pop in and say hello and hang out. It's really nice. I appreciate it. I really do. Alright. Okay. What are we going to whip out? I kind of wanted to whip out some fun little cruisers and just have a good time with some cruisers. You know, some shooty, fun little... Maybe I'll go down into a 3, because the Phoenix is a fun cruiser as well. Oh, Daddy Dog's still here. Still weird calling you Daddy. I only call one person Daddy, and that's my father. He's Daddy. Weird when you think about it. I'm a grown man, and I still call my mother Mammy and my father Daddy. Yeah. Game Boy saying there's no such thing as server. There is, though. There is. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Hang on a minute. I'm sure that you can pick a region. How do I get into my settings? Down here. I'm sure you can pick a region. Right? Maybe you can't. Maybe you're right and there is no option for what server you're in. Maybe it's just based on your physical location. I was sure there was something. Maybe there isn't. Oh yeah, and Sammy saying I can't pick. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Can you pick a region in World of Tanks? Maybe it's World of Tanks I was thinking of, that you can pick a region. Because I was playing that yesterday, and I think I remember it saying Europe somewhere on the thing. Anyway, that makes some sense. I always wonder how many people are playing this game. Because, in my mind, I think there must be thousands upon thousands of people. And yet, quite consistently, someone can come into my chat, boot up their game, and often get dumped into the same game as me. And I know that there's a certain amount of like, okay, they know, they can see what tier ship I'm going to pick, and they can see when I hit the queue, so they can get into the queue at the same time as me. But in my mind, there are so many thousands of people playing, if not tens of thousands, that surely the odds of being in the same match are so low. And yet it keeps happening, which makes me think, are there only like 300 people playing the game at any time? Some really tiny number? Like, what are the odds? Like, apparently Game Boy's in the same match again. How are you in the same match again? Because you were still in the other match. Did you get slaughtered already? But yeah, see, this is the point. So apparently, if I load this thing up, yeah, Game Boy in the Crassy Crime, can't pronounce it, the cruiser. He's on my team this time. But yeah, he is our viewer, and he's managed to get into the same match as me again. And I don't know how. Are there like 20 people playing this game in the world at any one time? It's weird. I'd love to see stats for this game. That's one thing that I like about Steam, at least, is you can see a lot of like stats, viewership, playership stats, things that like Sony and Microsoft traditionally do not release. Krispy Kreme. Is that how you would pronounce this? Krusty Kreme. What does it actually mean? I'm sure it doesn't mean Krispy Kreme. But fair enough. Look, I've been to America and I've tried Krispy Kreme donuts. They're fine, I guess. There was this donut place. I think it was in Ventura, maybe? Was it in Ventura, Camarillo? Around there? I think it was Ventura. Just like an hour west of LA. And there was a massive queue for this place, and I'd heard it was like pretty good. So I was like, screw it, you know, I've not got much to do right now. I'll queue up for some of these donuts. And we must have queued up for like 40 minutes or something. Oh, that was a bad shot. And is he going to crash into the island, or is he going around the back of it? He's going around the back. He's in an Omaha. Very sinkable. Very sinkable. I'm not sure I want to get ultra close here. I do have torpedoes with a 5-kilometer range, pretty close, but I can sink this Omaha without getting close, so I don't need to get that close. Anyway, so I queued up for donuts at this place, and let me tell you, they were the most average, nothing at all special donuts I've ever had. They were not interesting or worth a 40-minute wait whatsoever. But at least it gave me a memory. Oh, an Izakaze. Well, that's something to be concerned about. Hang on. Let's scan for torpedoes, So he's turning away from us. Hey, come back! No fair.
Torpedoes to port.
Too far away. Ah, screw it. Let's just do a real widespread. And in the meantime, we'll fight the Omaha a little bit. I'd love to sink him before I have to turn around. I am going to do a big spin around in a minute. But the Omaha, as you can see, very paper-thin ship. Very paper-thin. Right. The destroyer is right where I'm looking, so I don't think my torpedoes are going to do anything. But let's swing around, because I was kind of headed towards this massive edge-of-the-map rock. And we need to stay maneuverable. The Phoenix is great at... Oh, God, I hit that Izakaze. I'm the best player in the world. Me.
That's how it's done.
God, I'm just so good at this game. God, I'm just so good.
Torpedoes direct front.
What do you mean torpedoes? That's a lot of torpedoes.
Dead ahead.
All right, come on. I don't normally big myself up too much. Tell you what, though, this Corvair can't see us because the smoke that the oh, he can see me now. I was going to say the smoke that the destroyer put down is concealing us. I wonder if we could get close enough to mess him up. We already have a battleship who's going to do the bulk of the work here. I wouldn't mind swinging in towards him. Something you can do in the Phoenix, because she has a lot of guns that can point forwards. You can wiggle back and forth. Not quite as aggressively as I'm doing here, but you can wiggle and get your guns in arc over and over and over again, and then wiggle left and wiggle right and so on. Alright, I'm just going to keep firing here. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to use my torpedoes. But I am going to swing hard to port right now. We've got torpedo planes coming in. Hopefully they're going after the battleship and not me. There we go. Got the Corvair. Yep, they're going for the battleship. Good. I don't have to worry so much. What did I tell you? Phoenix. Great ship. I don't play it very much nowadays because I've got the higher tier cruisers and I'm working on them. But I really do have a good time in the Phoenix. She is a fine vessel. Krispy Kreme couldn't compare to a regular Sainsbury's jam donut. Oh no, you're probably asking me about... Oh, I'll tell you what, two things. And, wait. Game Boy, did you get sunk? He says sunk again. Oh, Game Boy got sunk. That's a shame. So, where I live... Ooh, that's... Okay, there's a whole thing we can talk about here. Because, the UK has something called the Multiple Deprivation Index. Which, long story short... is, God, our team aren't doing so great, are they? Is basically a government list of areas in the country that they rate on a scale based on a bunch of different factors, like what kind of access they have to healthcare, what the education is like, what the schools are like, what the crime levels are like, you know, what the rent is like, what kind of like jobs people have in the area, and access to jobs and what quality of jobs and so on. Everything, basically. And they find out, like, how deprived an area is, like, how run down is it and stuff. And over the years, my area has consistently come almost at the very, very, very bottom for the worst place in the entire country. And I thought it was getting quite gentrified. I thought it was really improving. But they've just released a new one. They only do it every few years. And sure enough, we're near the bottom. But we're not at the bottom, though. Where we were originally at the literal very bottom, now we're at like, I don't know, they did a percentage thing this year, and we are 98% deprived here. So not 100%, that's an improvement. But the point is, anyway, the reason you reminded me of it is that you mentioned, Sammy mentioned Sainsbury's. Sainsbury's is a slightly more upmarket, middle-class supermarket. And I just thought to myself, well, you'd never have a Sainsbury's round here. They've not opened a Sainsbury's here. I think I went into a Sainsbury's once. I think I was on a day trip somewhere and I needed to use the bathroom. That's the only time I've ever been. We've got an Aldi's and a Tesco we got Lidl and God, what's the other shop called that we have? We have Aldi, Tesco. We used to have a Morrison's years ago, but that closed down. What's the other shop we have? You want me to go up there, do you? Is that where their aircraft carrier is? Alright, I'll tell you what. I'm going to let our destroyer go into B and capture the points. I think he's telling me that their aircraft carrier is up here. I've not been paying a lot of attention. Oh. Game Boy asking what phone do I have and if I'll play on Thursday. I will indeed be playing this game again next Thursday, and yeah, we could division up or something. Yeah. As for what phone I have, God, that's a good question. Their aircraft carrier is up here. I guess I'll start putting pot shots into him. Well, I don't know what it's got to do with anything, but I have a couple of different phones actually. I have a Xiaomi phone and a Hero something. Ooh, who is blasting me from back there? Who is shooting at me from over there? Might be one of their random destroyers, maybe? Something just got me from back there. They do not want me to go after the Langley. And the Langley won't want me to go after the Langley either. He's not moving, though. I switched to my torpedoes so I can get an accurate estimate of his speed. I reckon he's going to send these bombers after me. Right, and he seems to be sending them after the battleship over there. Oh, I hit a citadel. I'm using high explosive. I'm mostly just trying to start fires. Is he moving? He's not moving. He'll be in torpedo range in a second. What? Oh, yeah. I was just about to check what my torpedo range was. I might as well just fire off some torpedoes. Alright, well. It's not like he's given up. He is still trying to bomb the... Oh, I hit a citadel again. He's trying to bomb our battleship. I wonder what my armor piercing would do if I actually tried using armor piercing here. But no, yes, Sammy, they were just average. They were fine donuts. There wasn't anything particularly special or terrible about them. That was the thing. They were just like, yeah, no, these are fine. Good night, Irene. See, he managed to launch a wing of bombers, which he's going to use them against me because he managed to sink that battleship. Let's try and... Come on, Phoenix, you are maneuverable. Swing. Is he going to use them against me? No! He's going after the other battleship. Am I not good enough for you? What is he doing? Well, he's swinging around. Is he coming after me just from a different angle? What is he doing up there? Screw it. I'm just going to maneuver as if I'm getting bombed. I think, yeah, he is trying to bomb me. Alright, those ones missed. I think he was swinging around to come at me from a different angle to maybe get a better run on me. He has plenty of fuel because he launched these planes just now. I'm just going to have to keep turning. Apparently Wargaming will give me 2 Mystic Lanterns and 1 Mystic Box next Thursday. Alright, this has been a really interesting match. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get down to the fight before it's all over. I'm going to wish people good luck. And I'm going to try and get down there. We still have a destroyer and a battleship to deal with. By the way, what battleship did you get, Kit Kats? Small Kit Kats saying they got their first battleship. What did you get? I think when I started playing this game, my idea was to get the British battleships just because I'm British, and I know that sounded fun. But the reality is, I like the battleships on a lot of different countries, honestly. There's no wrong answer. Alright. Ooh, nice. Nice. That V-170 sacrificed himself so that we may win and murdered the enemy destroyer there. Alright, best I can do now is just try to spot. Looks like he is aiming his guns at me, which isn't great. Let's do some hard and heavy maneuvering. He is out of torpedo range, so there's no point me winging around for torpedoes. He is hitting me something hard. I think this is going to be a match in which I'm going to die. I don't see myself surviving this one, frankly. I'm just going to try and set some fires. I don't seem to be particularly good at setting fires, but let's give it a go. I am constantly turning, but he's relatively consistently hitting me. I'll turn on my sonar, as useless as that is. Yeah, he's got me. He's got me. I mean, I could have run away from him, but what's the point of that? If I can do anything to him at all and just buy my friend any time whatsoever. There we go. I set off some torpedoes that might hit him, maybe. I did send the volley slightly backwards a bit. No, he's going to turn hard and avoid all of them. Yeah, it kind of relied on him not paying that much attention. He will easily avoid those. Alright, I did what I could. And now we'll just... You know what? I'm going to watch this match to the end. I mean, we've been working so hard on this one. Why don't we watch it? What do we think? Kavor versus whatever this is? Moltke? Who's going to win? What do you reckon? Place your bets now. What was that old TV show that used to be on UK TV? It was a really weird, like, Japanese show or something. And they would say, place your bets now. It was some weird thing where they do weird challenges and stuff. and then like 2 minutes later it would be a completely different set of people doing a completely different set of challenges. It was always very bizarre. Oh, you got the Izuchi. I like the Izuchi. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. That's just how I've always said it in my head. But I quite like that ship. Yeah, I had a good time with that battleship. I did. Oh, you know, considering I'm a little under the weather today, I've really... You probably hear it in my voice. I'm probably getting a little bit worn down now. But I've had a good time, and it's because of you guys coming in here giving me energy, you know? Let me zoom in a bit. When in doubt, pull one of the books off the wall. So, speaking of sailing, Game Boy, by the way, says that they want to stream, but they have bad English. Well, you could always stream in your own language, you know? You'd obviously be much more restricted in the number of people who would watch, obviously. But if you were streaming something that was popular with people of... Sorry, I'm going to cough. Of your own language, that could work. Or you could always use streaming in English as an opportunity to practice your English and get better at it over time. That could be fun because you can get a lot of immediate feedback from viewers if you want to learn how to pronounce a particular word, or maybe a better way to use grammar, or say something a certain way. Your viewers can kind of chime in and help you out. That could be really cool. But yeah, don't let your dreams be dreams, right? I almost didn't start streaming because I'm a perfectionist, and I just was worried that it wouldn't be good enough. But here I am. Here I am. So someone was asking the question earlier of where I'm up to. 26. There you go. That's where I'm up to. The popular games in the Philippines are the Call of Duty Mobile and Mobile Legends. It's kind of interesting. Huh. Try to decide what to pull out. What other tier 3 ships do I never pull out anymore? Because I never look at the tier 3 stuff. The Izuchi, yeah. The Orion, I kind of want to pull it out, but it does get sunk constantly. Karlsruhe's a pretty fun ship. Why don't we pull that out? It's been a while. Oops. I can't, Small Kit Kat's asking about the language. I probably am pronouncing it wrong, but Tagalog is what Game Boy said is their primary language. It's a language from the Philippines. I apologize, I'm probably butchering it. But there you go. But yeah, like Filipino or something. I was going to read a little bit of my book, but now we have to play a video game. And let's have a look. Yep, and again, Game Boy is in this match in the Vondertan. I think the Vondertan's a ship I'd quite like to have. I don't think I have it. Oh, look at this. Daddy Dog sneaking around, found me on YouTube. I bet you're not watching the stream on two different screens. You're comparing the Twitch stream with the YouTube stream. All right, Karlsruhe. Let's go towards C because I wanna help out the Marblehead and the Vondertan. This is Game Boy. Yeah, so far I've mostly been using the YouTube channel to post like clips from streams, and mainly as a long-term archive, and also like a high-quality archive because it pains me to have to stream to Twitch at a lower quality so you guys don't see a nice, sharp, perfect image. As a perfectionist, it pains me, but Twitch doesn't do the transcoding live the way YouTube can, which is a shame. So you kind of have to do it, because if I don't, Oh, I do not like the look of what's going on here. We've got 3 battleships and 2 cruisers bearing down on this little area here. I might spin around a little bit here. I might just get a couple of... Oh, they've not seen me yet, but they're about to. I might just get a couple of shots off at the Konigsberg and spin around. I might even kind of tell people that I'm maybe not going to sit in this because a lot of their team are right here. And 2 of them are currently targeting me. So I'll just try and set the Konigsberg on fire a little bit and get the hell out of Dodge. And allow the rest of my team time to catch up. Alright, the Konigsberg has sped up a little bit, so let's try to... Oh, he's turning away now, I think. Alright, someone's shooting me. You think we can kill the Konigsberg before we get out of here? We have 4 guys targeting us now. You can see why I wanted to get the hell out of Dodge rapidly. Because of those 4 ships, how many of them do you think are those battleships over there? You know what I mean? Alright, we weren't able to get the Karlsruhe. But if we wiggle... sorry, the Konigsberg. I'm in the Karlsruhe. God. Okay, only 3 people are targeting me now. I can take those odds. And thankfully, the rest of my team has arrived. That's why I was spinning around. I wanted to buy time for everyone else to get here. Alright. Now let's see if I can spin back around again. I want to spin hard to port and get back into this fight. And this is a perfectly good place to do it. Small Kit Cats is heading off. Oh, look at that. And in case you guys miss it, Kit Kats was saying it was nice meeting Sammy and Dog and Game Boy and so on. Yeah, you get to sleep because he works nights. Which is why he's going to bed even though it's like the morning over there. And fair play. I don't think I could stick nights, you know. I don't think I could manage it. I've done like 12-hour hospital shifts and stuff, but that was always like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Although, I mean, sometimes I'd be there till 10. But, oh, you gotta wiggle, gotta wiggle. Don't want him to hit me, gotta wiggle, wiggle. Alright, my health is pretty low now. I don't think I can keep just winging out there and waving my ass in front of every single enemy. I think it might behoove me to use a bit of this cover to my advantage. Because, I mean, we have, what? 2 battleships, a cruiser, and an aircraft carrier over here now. If they can't handle it, no one can. You don't need me anymore. You think I can get out of this? I'm going to keep engaging them, which might piss them off. And I do have to go over this wide open stretch of water to get to this island over here. To start to push into B and assist those guys, because it's just a Nevada and an Emerald. It's entirely possible that I'll be slaughtered trying to do this. Shame I can't hit this guy. Or maybe I can? Do you reckon he's going to keep coming this way? Or do you reckon he's going to change course? I'm just going to hedge my bets a little bit. Oh, he's going to aim at me, isn't he? He's not currently aiming at me, but what am I going to do? Not shoot at him? I ain't crazy. I'll be fine as long as his guns don't do that. If they don't turn to face me. And they are turning to face me. Great. And is that torpedo planes I see? I think he's sped up. I don't think my torpedoes are going to hit. He's close enough that I might be able to fire another volley from the other side if I swing all the way around. Yes. Kinda. Let's just do this. He's still speeding up, so he might avoid all of my torpedoes. Let's just let the team know this guy has no health. We could totally kill him. We could kill him by burning. He doesn't seem to be able to put his fires out. Alright, there we go. It wasn't me that killed him, but Omaha set him on fire. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, I feel much better now. It's me letting out a little sigh. Alright, we have a few moments here. Who is up here on his own? The Arkansas. Like, look, I have a bone to pick with America. Right? Because, okay, America has a place called Kansas. And it's spelt like that. Kansas. Kansas. So what they did is they said, okay, let's take the name Kansas. We'll put an A and an R at the start. And we'll pronounce it, naturally, Arkansas. Because that makes sense. I'll be honest. I keep accidentally calling it Arkansas because goddamn it should be Arkansas. Why is it Arkansas and not Arkansas?
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
I usually say Arkansas just to annoy my buddy when we play this game. He knows I know better. Is he even playing the game? I think he might just be sat there not playing, actually, because that looks like where he spawned at the start of the match, and I think he's just sat there not playing the game. It's amazing that he's still alive, but I think the enemy team mostly came down this side of the map. Yeah, Amelie, literally. Like, it's because it's like, it's Kansas, but with an AR at the start. Yeah, he's definitely AFK. He's not doing anything. Alright, well, I'm not going over there to help him then. I was going to, but, you know, if he's not even playing, I'd be essentially over there fighting a battleship on my own. It's an Orion, a lower tier battleship, but a good ship. You know what? I'm almost in gun range, actually. If I just wing a little bit closer, I could get a few shots off at him just for funsies. And then I could swing away again. Can I? Is he going to get into range just for one volley? Yeah, there we go. There we go. God, I don't really think I'm going to hit him, though. Hey, wait, hang on. Is that battleship engaging him? Someone's engaging him. It is! He's woken up. Bit too little too late, my friend. Good luck to you. But, yeah, you're not going to win there. Alright, I've been spotted. Probably that battleship. Yeah, it was just that battleship. Alright. Well, let's head down here and screw the Omaha. Oh, you think those are just his secondaries? You could be right, yeah. Alright, well, we have a minute here.
Concentrate fire on the designated
Sailing to Byzantium. I'm not a big fan of the first verse, to be honest. I like the second verse. An aged man is but a paltry thing, a tattered coat upon a stick. Unless soul clap its hands and sing, and louder sing, for every tatter in its mortal dress. It's just those 4 lines, I love them. I love those 4 lines. Kind of basically saying, you know, like, when you grow old, you can either choose to kind of like wind down and lose your spark, or you can kind of fight your aging. You can kind of fight the dying of the light, as it were. And for every bit of your own physical body that ages and wears out, if you... oh, that guy's dead. If you push your soul further, push your God. Look, I've been streaming for 3.5 hours now. But if I... Think about that, and I'll read it out again. Okay. An aged man is but a paltry thing, right? A paltry thing. A tattered coat upon a stick. You know, because as you get old, so often people lose their kind of muscle mass and they just become like skin on bone. A tattered coat upon a stick. Unless soul clap its hands and sing, and louder sing, for every tatter in its mortal dress. So for every tatter in your body, for every bit of aging and physical aging, if you know, soul clap its hands and sing and louder sing. I'm silly, I know. I just really like that part. Where is that? Oh, it's that battleship it's that battleship up at A that we were... It's the Orion is the only guy left alive. Well, I'll swing up here and capture A, because I know that's what Sammy would want me to do. Who's shooting at me? Is that Nevada? Or it could be Game Boy Dad. Game Boy Dad over there. Hey, you survived this time, Game Boy. You actually survived to the end. Well, I know you do, but you are the aircraft carrier, so you could be receiving it. No, that guy's not that close. If he were that close, I'd see him by now. He's still up there at the back of the map. He could very well have travelled across, but he is up here somewhere. Or he's behind, you know, he could be occluded by some of the land, but... I'm a little concerned. He could blast me out of the water if I get close enough, and he has a mind to. Oh, I'm getting a sore throat now. I should probably wrap up soon. Alright, Daddy Dog. Daddy Dog's out of here. So, Tuesday is going to be Helldivers. Wednesday is World of Tanks. And Thursday is World of Warships. Anyway, you have a good Morning? Oh, yeah, it'd be morning where you are. Oh, there he is. Hello, Shinigami. First time chat. Welcome. You have come in just as we're getting close to wrapping up. I think I'll have one more match. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours and I can feel my voice, my throat's going. I need to swallow some honey or something. What's good for a sore throat? Honey, right? I'm a little bit under the weather. I got to that weird point where I just started to read poetry out and pretend like I know what it means. Alrighty. Orion. I love it when people say to concentrate fire on the last guy. Oh yeah, he's engaging me, alright. Let's swing the boat around so that he doesn't have too much of an opportunity to fire on me. I know I don't have much of an opportunity to fire on him either, but I don't just want to get slaughtered. It would be, yeah, game... okay, so first off, Game Boy on the YouTube chat says you've been watching for 2 hours. And man, you said you had to go earlier, and you've stuck around. I appreciate it. But you know what? Shinigami wants to team up for the last game. Maybe we could get both of you in just for the last match here. Why the hell not? What I'll do in a few minutes, I think the easiest way is if you guys go on the looking for game tab thing, and then I can invite you from there. But we'll do that after this match, and we'll just have one little match where we all team up. God, this guy... I mean, he's going for it. It's not like he's trying to hide to make the match go on as long as possible. He is engaging my team.
Good game, everyone.
Your friends did not live, that's why you stuck around. Man, that sounds like your friends died. Like, oh, you know, I was going to go and hang out with my friends this evening, but they all died, so I stuck around to watch your stream instead. What do you reckon? These torpedoes are going to get the Orion? We're going to get any more shots on him before he dies? Well, I reckon we might touch him.
Good game, everyone.
Yeah, we just touched him. Just as he died. I know, I know, Game Boy. I'm just pulling your leg. I'm just messing. Alright. Why, thank you. What are we going to pull out? What about... I think the first ship I pulled out today was the Warspite, and it went really poorly. But why don't we pull the Warspite out again? And, okay, so I think how this works is... I go into here. Where's the thing? Is it invite players to division? Right, and then I go to the looking for... Oh, and here we go. So Game Boy Dad. And I can create a division and invite Game Boy to the division. And Shinigami, what's your username in this game? Are you one of these people? You one of these folks? I could also enter your name and search for it. We'll take a moment here for Shinigami to type their username in. What was that? I heard a noise. Okay. I don't see you in this list. You have to enable the status looking for division, apparently. And then you'll show up in here. It's just easy. I mean, I could search for Shinigami. You think I'll be able to find you? I'd have to type it in on the flaming Xbox interface. So we'll give you just a moment to see if you can appear in this list, because that would be really convenient for me. If not, I'll type your name in. Because typing Shinigami GX0XG Ds just sounds like a lot of work. Am I lazy? Maybe. Yeah, I am a bit lazy. Oh yeah, I've never used it either. But basically what you can do is go into this thing and turn on looking for division here. And then you show up in this list and people can invite you. Like, this is just a list of everyone looking for division, and it's only ever like 1 or 2 people. So it just makes it really easy when you're doing it with viewers to just very quickly find them in the list. But I'll just try searching for you. So type it in on this Xbox interface. So, Shinigami. I wonder if I can just search for that, or if I have to be really specific about username. Ah, I guess I have to be really specific. Oh, goddamn, I spelled it wrong. GXOXD. All right, GX. This is riveting, I'm sure, to watch. All right, so that's the name that you gave me. Ah, okay, you're looking for group. There you are. See how easy it is? That's so handy, and then I can just invite you. I have to admit, that's a really handy. That's a really handy feature. All right, why? Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Change the preset. Look at that. Sometimes I accidentally change the presets on the commanders and don't realize I've done it because it didn't used to be a thing. The preset thing didn't used to be a thing, and sometimes, like if you're changing between ships, you use the D-pad left and right. And then if you accidentally select the commander and do the same thing, thinking you're changing ship, you're actually changing the commander's loadout. All right. Warspite, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. All right, let's go. Onwards and upwards. We got a little poetry we can read at the end here. Something we can chill out with. What do we got? I read The Lake I Live In is free yesterday. I'm not going to read the same one out again. What do we got here? We must have something good that isn't Byzantium. We've already messed around with sailing to Byzantium. It is a good poem, bit long. Here's an extremely short poem. It's called Memory. It's William Butler Yeats. One had a lovely face, and 2 or 3 had charm. But charm and face were in vain, because the mountain grass cannot but keep the form where the mountain hair has lain. It's a little poem that I believe is about love. And it's about someone who was very much in love and found their soulmate. And perhaps they lost their soulmate. And they're trying to find love again. Or other people are, trying to hit on them or whatever. Basically, the idea is other people may be lovely, they may have wonderful qualities, they may be beautiful, but trying to think of how to put it. But basically, that person will always love their first love, their true love. Oh, look at that! It's like a voice thing. I always have voice stuff turned off. I always forget that that's even a feature in this game. So sadly, we won't be able to hear you. Never have it turned on, I'm afraid. And indeed, I don't even have a microphone that I can connect to my Xbox. Anyway, I'm coming with you because apparently this is the way we're going. So this is the way we're going. Shinigami here in a very black-looking Warspite. If Warspite were based off the Knight Rider car, it would probably look like this. Alright, let me see about actually focusing on the game. I guess we're going to go down towards A. And, okay, let's see what happens. There's a lot of torpedo planes down here. Wait, Sammy. Fail division? What? What's fail division? Oh, right, sorry, you're using Warspite. Oh, silly me. Silly me. I'm getting tired at this point. I'm getting tired. Shinigami's over there in the aircraft carrier. It's been a long day. I mean, the sun's setting in an hour. It's really getting on now. And yeah, I'm getting a bit tired. What is this? This destroyer isn't playing the game, is he? He's just sat here doing nothing. Whoop! I was trying to zoom in on him. This guy is definitely not playing the game. We're going to straddle him slightly. Alright, I'm going to hit this New Mexico without accidentally shooting my colleague. Yeah, okay. Okay. Their whole team is coming this way. This is going to be extremely hard for us. I would turn around, but I want to help the Mackinson out. And if we turn around, he'd be left on his own going towards A. But God, look at that minimap. Their whole team are coming up here. You want me to turn around? Alright, seeing as you've asked me to, I will swing around. I feel bad for this Mackinson because he is screwed. Good thing I did turn though. A lot of fire torpedoes. Oh, that one's going to hit me in the arse. Yeah. Yeah, the whole team's swinging their way down here. Alright. I guess I'll keep on the New Mexico. I have to bring my guns around. So are we gonna swing to the north of this island and head out this way, basically? I'm guessing that's your idea. Oh, the New Mexico's barely moving. Is she moving at all? She must be moving, right? She's firing on me, I'll tell you that much. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing on in this direction. I'll help you turn. We're basically one ship now, the Mega Warspite. I think maybe that gunshot may have hit me. I'm gonna have to swing a bit to the left here. I'm gonna hit the land otherwise. God, she's barely moving. I'm firing as if she's plugging along at some speed, but she really wasn't. All right. Ooh, there's 2 destroyers back there.
Summon my disciples. Lend me your fire.
Now, Sammy. You don't have to call me Daddy. I'm just being silly. That's a lot of battleships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 battleships that we just turn around. Though, to be fair, that Mackinson has sunk. The friendly Mackinson that was way back there. I think if we had carried on in that direction, we would have sunk to 5 battleships and 2 destroyers against the 2 of us. Yeah, that wouldn't have worked out. In fact, I feel bad for... Yeah, this New Mexico's screwed as well. I don't like our odds in this match. There are too many enemies. They have too much force of power. What's the word for when, like, force multiplication or something? Having all of your guys in one place and able to pick us off, it's just not going to work out. I think we're screwed. It's a shame, given that it's the last match of the day kind of thing, by the way. I'm not going to turn down into there because you got 2 destroyers as well. I'm just going to shoot whoever I can shoot. We're not going to win. We're not going to win. Sadly. Sadly. More torpedoes. That's why I was concerned about going down there with these destroyers. I reckon am I going to hit this one? Okay. Not a lot we can do about any of this, really. But hey-ho, seeing as we know we're going to lose, we can just relax and chill out and wrap things up a little bit. So for those who haven't seen my streams before, I made a little outro video that I'll play after this match. Yeah, we have the caps, but I'm going to get sunk very, very soon, and I suspect so is my colleague here, and then they are just going to turn around and pick the rest of us off. What little there is left of our team are going to get picked off long before we can win on points. It's just the way it's going to be, sadly. But yes, I have a little outro video that I enjoy playing. I made it some time ago, and it's just a silly, fun thing. It's very... I like to think it's evocative of the old, like, end-of-day television sign-off videos that you used to get. Various countries used to put out. That is a hell of a volley of torpedoes. It's a shame they all missed. But can you imagine if they had hit him? How am I still alive? How am I still alive? Alright, let's slam this Arizona. Let's just fire a volley or 2 off, get an idea for where I want to shoot. I think he might be within... What's my secondaries range? Yeah, he's just barely within secondaries range. It's a shame I can't get my repair on, because the next big volley on me is going to kill me. Shame. Shame. I could you know what? Screw it. If I'm alive in 7 seconds, this Arizona won't be. But it really depends. You reckon I'm going to get another volley off? Yep, there we go. I don't know how I managed that. I think... honestly, I just got my repair on as I died. I think Game Boy took the heat there long enough for me to survive and get that win. And look at that. Game Boy says he's sorry. There's nothing to be sorry for. You saved my life long enough for me to finish off that Arizona. Alright, seeing as it's our last game and seeing as that we have one of our colleagues here, why don't we watch... well, there's no point watching the actual ship. But I think I can jump to the aircraft carrier. Come on, jump to the aircraft carrier. Let's go. Oh, wrong button. I think I can jump to him, and then I can jump to planes, and I can watch what his planes are getting up to. Here we go. But yes, in a few minutes you'll see the little outro, which I enjoy playing. I do. It gives a sense of occasion to the end of a stream that I feel would otherwise be lost. These are beautiful planes. Normally when you're flying the planes yourself, you don't get to like come into this angle and really have a close look at the planes. They are lovely. I wish I could zoom in more. There's no one in the pilot seats, however. They are drones. Look at those big torpedoes underneath, though. Oh, look at them go in. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, there goes that guy. Who are we bombing? Who's this guy? Queen Elizabeth. And the thing I can do is keep the camera on the ship, which I normally can't do when I'm flying the planes. Ooh, I think you're going to hit with one. There you go. You got one hit there. Imagine being the last plane. Oh, is he going to get it off? Oh, I think he just missed. Ah, that's a shame. You're about to get torpedoed, sadly. I'll stick around to watch this torpedo, and then I'll go back. Then I'll go to watch your planes. Oh my God, I am. You think you're the youngest here, Game Boy? How old are you? You never know. We did have Daddy Dog earlier, who was in his 70s. Judging by his age, I think he was about 74. You're 15. Yeah, probably. You probably are the youngest. Sometimes when I play Helldivers, there's one or two people who I've played with in the past who I think are about your age. You meet a lot of interesting people when you play Helldivers, all different ages, from all different places. Let's have a look at what his planes are doing here. Oh, there go his planes. That guy is so good at the game. He's so good at the game. I thought he was older too, because when he comes on voice chat, he has such an his voice makes him sound like he's 19 or something. But no. Oh, he's just got sunk. There goes the aircraft carrier. All right, here we go. What's he gonna go after? This Queen Elizabeth again. We only have one battleship left as well. That guy is screwed. This was a fun little match. It was nice to team up. But I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to going into the house, making a cup of Yorkshire tea, making a sandwich. Oh, you're going to hit with all three of those torpedoes. Nice. That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Alright. It's going to be hard to line this one up because he's coming in so close, but I reckon he'll hit at least one torpedo. Depends what the Lizzie does. Ooh, you might hit with two here. Yes, you're going to hit with two. I think you might sink the Lizzie here. Boom! Nice. Now all you need to do is fly off into the sunset. Oh.
The enemy's triumph looms ominously.
Let's have a look. One plane, one torpedo. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You're not bad at this game, let me tell you. You're not bad at all. Okay. I am tired. I need a rest. Thank you all for coming, by the way. I've had such a good time. I always do when people come hang out. I will be back on Tuesday with Helldivers 2 at 11 AM. I'm actually competent at that game again. I've been practicing. And on Wednesday, World of Tanks, the console game, again around 11 AM. And then Thursday, which is today, will be World of Warships again around the same time. Good game, Shinigami. You did really great at the end there. You did really well at the end. I was really impressed watching that. Actually, let's see. Yeah, you were our top player. I know it's hard to see because of the minimap thing. Hang on, if I just hide the minimap thing. There you go. You were at the top on that one. Well deserved. Game Boy was in the middle there, and I was near the bottom because I suck. Anyway, enjoy the outro, and wherever you are, enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening, your night. Have a good one. And thanks for coming. And everyone who followed me today, I do appreciate it. Thank you for hitting follow. Have a good one.